for a modified plan, as Holly Williams reports.
There's been reporting that it could remove the veto on NATO membership, that it could include security guarantees for Ukraine, and that it may not restrict the size of Ukraine's military. But we need to point out that if those changes have in fact been made to the plan, it seems unlikely that Vladimir Putin will ever agree to it. And then we'll be back to square one.
Talks are underway with the Russians in Abu Dhabi. The FBI is seeking interviews with some Democrats in Congress, as Scott McFarland reports.
Sources tell CBS News the FBI has notified 6 Democratic members of Congress that they're subject to an inquiry by the FBI over a video they recorded last week in which they told U.S. service members they need not follow unlawful orders. One of the 6 is Alyssa Slotkin, senator from Michigan, who today said this is a scare tactic and the president using the federal government against perceived adversaries.
The Trump administration's reportedly planning to impose surcharges on foreign tourists to national parks. The Interior Department says starting next year, visitors from abroad will have to pay $100 on top of the individual park fees. And the cost of an annual pass to all of the parks will more than triple for non-residents. U.S. consumers were much less confident in the economy this month in the aftermath of the government shutdown and with inflation stubborn. Economist Gus Fauché.
We saw consumer confidence fall by about 7 points in November from October. This is a little bit higher than it was after Liberation Day in April of this year. But other than that, this is the lowest reading we've had since the pandemic. So this is a pretty soft reading.
Researchers say patients having surgery do better when music is played in the OR. Vicky Barker reports from London.
The study from India, published in the journal Music and Medicine, found that when calming music is played in an operating room, patients require less anesthesia and therefore regain consciousness faster and more clearly. This, even though the patients were unconscious throughout, showing that the brain still registers and reacts to auditory signals even under anesthesia. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
President Trump pardoned a turkey today in an annual tradition.
Gobble your pardon. Come on, let's say it in front of Gobble.
He claimed last year's turkey pardons by President Biden were invalid. On Wall Street today, stocks are rallying. The Nasdaq is up by 103 points. The Dow Jones Industrial 625.
Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select Steel tools. Shop online at steelusa.com or in store.
What you're paying for gas here and in other parts of the country this holiday. But first, KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, Heather, looking pretty good out there. Let's see. We do have a new crash, though, in South Tacoma. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. It's North 5 and South 56. We've got some kind of blocking issue as traffic comes to a halt there. It's off camera, and I don't have a confirmation from WashDOT yet, but I do see a solid backup starting back at 84th. Olympia to Tacoma right now, still a decent 35-minute drive. If you're heading to the airport expressway backup is slowly improving, but you're still packed just as you come off 518 down to the terminal. Earlier it was backed up onto 518, about 10 minutes to get through this. And South 5 heading into Seattle starting to get crowded between Northgate down to the Ship Canal Bridge. Again, other than that, it's looking really good. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Heather Bosch.
The best thing is visiting family and friends.
A passenger at SeaTac Airport this morning. Just over 900,000 travelers are expected through the airport over the Thanksgiving holiday. AAA predicts 6 million Americans will travel by air, 2.5 by bus, train, or boat. The most, 73 million, will drive. As you get ready to hit the road this Thanksgiving, budget a little extra money before you fill the gas tank. KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon explains.
Right now, the average for a gallon of regular in Washington is $4.18. Snohomish County, slightly higher than that. A big jump for King County, $4.55 right there. And Pierce County, it's $4.24.
The national average price for a gallon of gas is just over $3. The man accused of throwing a piece of concrete onto I-705, hitting an SUV in Pierce County, now faces attempted murder and assault charges. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman reports the family of a passenger hit by debris says he may lose an eye.
State Patrol says they got multiple calls Saturday night of a man acting erratically on the side of the highway, carrying that large piece of concrete and threatening drivers. After he threw it, troopers were able to locate him not far from the scene in downtown Tacoma.
He was quickly arrested. In Everett, a woman is recovering in a hospital after a car crashed into her house after witnesses say the driver hit the gas instead of the brake. It happened around noon yesterday near 18th Avenue West and 97th Place Southwest. Neighbors tell KIRO 7 TV.
It's lucky nobody else was hurt. Lucky school wasn't out. We have lots of traffic here.
The woman was hit by flying debris while sitting on a couch with her 4-year-old son. The boy was not hurt. We're hearing from the dirt biker who fell 200 feet off a cliff near Mount Rainier while taking a picture Friday. KIRO 7 TV Samantha Lomibao with his story.
Anthony Harris took one wrong step last Friday and the ground disappeared.
I was flying down this cliff. I had no way to grab anything. There's nothing to brace onto.
He just hopped off his dirt bike near Mount Rainier. Search and rescue rigged high-angle ropes to pull him up the hillside. They say it took 3 hours before he could be airlifted out. Anthony spent a couple days in the hospital, suffering from fractures in his face.
His wife and kids say they're just grateful he's home and safe. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain today with highs in the mid-40s. Be prepared for snow in the mountain passes. It's 46 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy, what is it, Tuesday?
It
November
is.
25th?
It's Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, November 25th. Jake Skorheim here, Spike O'Neill there.
Hey, buddy.
Got a lot of stuff to get to today. A lot of stuff, Spike. This is my last day before Thanksgiving.
I know. I'm happy for you.
I'm very excited.
I'm so happy for you.
Are you in tomorrow?
We are. Yeah, Laura and I are in tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
Great.
Gonna keep the fires burning.
Keep it
for
burning.
the city, you know.
The beacon of Gondor. You watch a lot of Lord of the Rings?
I read a lot of Lord of the Rings. I didn't watch a lot of Lord of the Rings, to be honest with you.
It's very good.
I've heard the movies are very well done. I've come across them a couple times while surfing.
You haven't seen them?
No, not really.
Jeez Louise, man.
I read the books. I read the books multiple times.
The books are fantastic.
And I don't care who you are. Very rarely does the movie exceed the book, the original writings.
Sometimes it takes away. In this case, it complements.
Really? Okay.
Yes, it complements. I won't say it's better.
I trust your movie judgments too. You're a well-spoken, educated connoisseur of cinema.
I love.
Yeah. You know what you're talking about.
They're very, very good.
So you said there's benefit to watching the movies that enhance.
Yeah.
My experience of reading the books.
It will enhance because we didn't plan on talking about Lord of the Rings, but we can for a second. It will enhance because all the fun stuff in the books, which was written a long time ago. I mean,
Pre-World War II. We're
talking about almost about 100 years ago now. These books were written.
Yep.
And to see them depicted by very caring, loving hands. Peter Jackson,
right,
just absolutely adore. I mean, that he was put on this earth to adapt.
Wow.
Lord of the Rings.
Wow.
And The Hobbit.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You should.
Now they've made like 20 movies, though, right?
Well,
there were only 4 books.
They made 6 movies, and they made.
There's like a Rohirrim now.
Yeah, that's kind. Yeah. Okay,
they keep in the Battle of 5 Armies is its own movie. That was just a chapter.
Yeah, but you need. People love things in threes.
Yeah,
they love them in threes.
I like them better in 8ths, 7s.
I'm reading The Hobbit to my kids now.
Are you really?
Yeah, it's so
good for you. Oh, that's wonderful.
It's so fun. It's so much fun.
I did that.
You read
with both my kids. Yep.
Isn't it just magical? It's more for
they're in the hole in the ground.
The thing that Yep. The thing that parents realize once you get to be parents is it's so much more for you than the kid. Like It's great for them, I hope.
Yeah.
But I think I'm getting so much more out of it than they
You're
are.
totally reliving the best time of your memories, and you're generationally sharing what was so dear to you with them. Yeah.
Like last night, I'm reading the kids Mutton Roast, whatever, chapter 2 of Hobbit.
Roast mutton.
Roast mutton. Thank you. You do know it.
I
Good
do
for
it,
you.
buddy.
And 2 of my kids fall asleep while I'm reading, but the third, who's 10, he's into it and he's really liking it, so he's staying awake. He's like hanging on every
Get to
word.
the end?
Yeah.
I'll take you all and be stoned to you. Yeah, buddy.
There you go.
I'm there.
And so 2 of them kind of fall asleep, but that's also part of it. Like, you remember when you were a kid, you fall asleep with your parents reading to you. There's nothing more comforting in the world.
God, that's so great.
Oh, it's wonderful. In these times of Thanksgiving, you just feel like these are the times to feel grateful. I would love to.
That's so true, to recharge what matters to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love, on the text line, 888-973-5476. I'm genuinely interested. I also try to do as much, Spike and I try to, respond as much as we can. Laura responds to a bunch of the texts as well. Also on the different social media platforms, I've struck up genuine friendships with people who get in touch with the show, and I'm interested in what you guys are thankful for this holiday season, how you're going to be spending it, what you're going to be doing.
Good call.
Later, we're going to do a story. It's just 1 o'clock that we're going to do the story. This is hilarious. People are having to make decisions about whether or not to attend Thanksgiving based on if their family has similar political feelings as they do.
I've heard valid arguments.
This is wild.
I've heard valid arguments saying don't go. Don't
Really?
go. Yes. I don't share that point of view. I wouldn't endorse that decision.
People are claiming there's mental health reasons not to go.
Exactly. Mental health professionals, therapists are saying.
And I would say that person's crazy to not go and miss out on an opportunity to be with your family. But we can. I would love to talk about
hash it out.
Yeah, we'll chat about it in just a little bit.
It's not just avoid the conversation.
No. Let's have it.
Right.
Let's you and I hash it out.
There you go.
All right. We got a lot of stuff to get to. It's not all hobbits and angry family.
Hobbits and hash,
dinner.
baby.
Yeah, hobbits and hash.
That's it.
First things first. I saw this article. I thought this was really interesting. Wealthy people, according to Washington Policy Center, Mark Harmsworth, who I believe is a director of small business stuff there. I don't have it offhand.
Okay.
He does great stuff. He writes great stuff, and he writes about how this new study came out by Smart Asset study that broke down in 2024, showing that Washington lost 222 high-earning millennial households. So people, young and specifically younger people, who have incomes over $200,000,
right,
who are at the stage of life where you're going to be buying a house, or you want to be building your wealth and raising your kids at a place, choosing where you want to spend your life, they are leaving Washington and they're going for greener pastures.
Like the second highest rate in America, people leaving this state, right? We're number 2. I think Illinois was ahead of us in loss of
Illinois was
high earners,
the only one ahead
and we're
of
number
us.
2. Yeah. Saw this study.
And so they are choosing to leave to find more tax-friendly areas that maybe they're not going to, have to give as much of their money away. It's just an interesting thing. What was your take on this? Did you agree with the point of the entire article was if you are taxing people too much, whatever that amount is, and I'm not saying that taxes should not be there. I understand taxes.
Sure, it's a cost to having a society.
I understand it. Yep. You got to have it. You got to have roads, all that stuff. But there does become a point where it becomes intrusive on a person's life, and it scares them away. And like your job as a politician, like let's say Spike was in charge of all the taxes in the state. This is a great. We're giving you great power.
I like this.
With great power
comes great responsibility. I read that one too.
Comes
of course,
a lot of money.
that was more of a comic than a.
Yes.
But Uncle Ben spoke well. He spoke truth.
So how would you fix this problem? If you have people who are
first off, you have to agree that it's a problem.
That's
right?
a good question.
You got to agree that it's a problem.
Do you agree that that's a problem?
I think it's a very difficult line to walk and balance to find, in that you have to make the earners in your state. I don't want to say accountable; it's not the right word, but responsible, and acknowledge the fact that the reason that they're high earners is because of the opportunities the state provides. Those opportunities don't come in a vacuum. You got a workforce here. You got oftentimes tax incentives here to generate business here. You've got whatever infrastructure it is that allows your workforce to be here, and you make money because of where you live. So it does not operate in a vacuum.
Apparently not, because they're leaving.
Yeah,
so
but
they can make money elsewhere.
That's a whole different card in my hand. Where they're going to? They're going to states like Florida and Texas. I think are the 2 largest states drawing these high earners.
Yes.
From like Illinois and your Washingtons of the world. Mm-hmm. So at this point, you ask yourself, of course, people want to protect their income. You don't want to be overtaxed. You're right. You don't want to overtax people. That's a problem. But what the state sees is while we've lost these high earners at the second highest rate in America, right?
Yeah.
We've also created more millionaires in this state. We've got a net gain of millionaires in this state in that same time period.
Primarily through stock gains. Yeah.
Whatever it is, they're earning more. We have an opportunity.
They're on paper, they're valued more.
Yeah, they're valued more. And oftentimes those earnings are protected with the way pay structures have acclimated and evolved. They avoid taxation. I think people avoid taxation in this country. I really do. I know that the highest earners pay the vast majority of what drives our society. I acknowledge that.
Yeah, they're already paying most of the taxes.
They're often paying historically low numbers. We had this conversation before.
Sure.
And there's truths to both points of view. There really are. You can't overtax people. You're going to lose the tax base.
So the tax burden right now, top 1% pay an estimated 3.0 to 3.3% of their income in state and local taxes. The lowest 20% pay 17.8% of their income. The middle 20% pay about 11% of their income.
And that's not the tax rate. We're not quoting the tax rate.
No, we're saying I'm they're feeling it.
Clarifying for people at home.
Yeah.
We're not saying the top earners pay 3% in taxes. 3% of their total earnings, everything they earn. But that's still a pretty low number historically.
Well, but they're also paying most of the taxes.
Yeah, no, that's what I acknowledge.
It would make sense if you're making a lot of money.
Yeah, you're carrying the mail.
You're also not going to feel the pinch as much as somebody who's paying a fifth of their taxes. They don't make as much money, so they're going to feel every little bit more.
And that's when like a regressive, like a sales tax, which is how Washington generates most of its income, not having a state income tax.
It actually
generate
highlights,
most of our through sales taxes.
To me, it highlights just how horrible something like high gas taxes are.
Oh, absolutely. You're right. It just hammers you even further in the
because
wound.
Millionaires
even further
could care
in.
less about high gas taxes.
It's pocket change.
50 cents a gallon.
Right.
They don't
fill
care.
their yachts with couch change.
100%.
I mean,
they're smart enough
that's
to
kind of
probably
money.
fill their yachts down in Oregon. But if they were filling them here, they wouldn't even care because they've got a ton of money.
There's no pain threshold for them.
Do you think so? If the article does cite Mark Harmsworth does a good job. He cites he gives Bill Gates. Bill Gates.
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos is the poster boy for taxing people out of the state. Yeah.
As an example, he's a super high earner. He's one of the wealthiest guys. I think he's second. Oftentimes he's the second richest guy in the world.
It fluctuates on a pretty regular basis.
He's an extreme example, but he is an example because he was a guy here.
Can't sleep those nights. He's not number one. He just lays his shaven head on a pillow.
There.
Right?
Sweating from his
stressing.
How
am I going to rent an entire historic city the next time? Next time I want to rent Venice for an event. How am I going to afford that? He says.
So Washington State passes this capital gains tax.
Oh, 22 was it? Right?
I think it was 22. Yeah. They end up raising on that $1.2 billion.
Yeah.
But what they chased away was in 2024 alone, Bezos would have paid an extra $1 billion had he stayed here. But they chased that away somewhere else.
Yeah. So let me ask you, that's what you asked me what I thought about this.
Yeah.
I think there's a moral debt to society for the excessively successful. I mean, when I say excessively successful,
you're talking about a Bezos.
I think that's a fair description of Jeff Bezos. He has more money than he will ever dream of needing.
It's excessive.
Well, he has more money
He's
than
very
he will.
successful.
If that guy spent a lifetime's earning every day, he would never even make a dent in the profit he's made. The gross.
He could spend money round the clock, nonstop.
Round the clock.
And he probably would still make money.
He could pick up every check of everybody he ever looks at.
Isn't that crazy?
Right? He could walk through the restaurant and get every check, walk through a store, pay every tab, and it would never stop making more money than he had yesterday.
I saw a breakdown.
That's excessive.
I don't think it's excessive. I find it to be, fantastic. Successful.
It's excessive.
Awesome.
There it is. That's the word I'm looking for.
I saw a breakdown once that he makes, just based on how his stock value increases, it adds about $8 million an hour to his wealth.
Isn't that crazy? Right? An hour. Right?
That's insane. I think that was for 2023.
I'd have to tunnel under Fort Knox to get that kind of money in an hour. Right? It's I can't even fathom.
Continue your part about Jeff Bezos.
Well, here's the thing.
Because I have a retort for you.
You have to ask yourself, is there a moral obligation for folks who have benefited from this society, this capitalist society we created? Right? How much is enough? And I feel that, when you move to states like Texas and you move to states like Florida, right? These are states that really don't. It seems to me, and somebody can tell me if I'm assessing these wrong. They have kind of they failed the least among their states. They receive more in welfare and federal assistance than most states. Florida's a taking state, takes in more than they give to the federal government.
I don't know that that's the case.
I'm pretty sure that's right. So if I'm wrong, somebody correct me. I'm happy to be corrected. 888-973-5476. I love our vast unpaid research department. When a state can decide not to, have the social safety nets that other states provide, then they can offer havens for folks for taxation. And then we as taxpayers, as a nation, as a federal tax-paying base, we're helping subsidize Florida so they can offer these no-tax havens for folks like Bezos. Same thing in Texas.
Well, we're not giving Bezos anything. Bezos is giving back.
Well,
he's not getting anything from us. We're purely benefiting from him.
Bezos?
Bezos.
As an entrepreneur?
Yes.
We're not. The country isn't giving him anything.
Well, yeah, obviously.
They give him a marketplace.
Obviously, he's in America. Yeah. All those things are implied.
He can't do business without people in this country who buy from him, his customer base.
Here's my point about Bezos. Bezos has created so much wealth, right?
Yeah.
So he's created so much wealth, which has been so beneficial to us here locally. I looked up some of these numbers.
I'm with you.
Phone's beeping.
My wife. The Amazon order's at my door. I get an update every day.
Perfect.
This will ring off the hook throughout the course of the next 3 hours.
That's ironic. I looked into this. So Jeff Bezos, who enjoys being from Seattle, obviously was he from here originally, or he moved here? I think he moved here. I don't think he's from here originally.
I think that's right as well. I know that he and his
came
wife
here in the 90s.
He and his wife
80s,
got
90s,
their start here.
But they got their start here.
His business model, his business idea is genius.
Yes.
He had the right business at the right time. The pandemic hit, and he was the answer to everybody's prayers.
Here's a question for you. What happens to Washington if Jeff Bezos was never here? You know, Amazon is Washington's largest employer.
Sure. Oh yeah.
80,000 people in Washington are employed by Amazon. Do you know how much Amazon has added just to Washington's economy?
Oh, it's got to be in the tens of billions.
$87
and the
billion.
Tens, nearly $100 billion. Okay, nearly $90 billion.
In Seattle alone, $30 billion flows into Seattle as a result of Amazon being here.
So
now, what happens? Here's my question to you: what happens when somebody like Jeff Bezos, who is very good at starting businesses and making a lot of money, he finds that it's more flourishing to be in a different state, which doesn't tax you so much, and he starts that business somewhere else? Washington is just chased away. Now, Washington's tied in with Amazon. They're going to benefit from Amazon for a long time.
Yeah.
Much like somebody who has married somebody tremendously successful, and now you're divorced, and you get a chunk of that. But no more new money is going to come in for you, right? Because that person has now been chased away. They're scorned. You're a scorned lover. Jeff Bezos is in another state now. What happens when somebody else is looking at the different places to start a business? They say, hey, you know what? Washington really seems to try to chip away at high earners, like really, really chip away at high earners.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I want to start my business somewhere else where they're not going to try to take my money? And then you end up growing something like Amazon's a unique example because it was so tremendously successful.
Yeah, it's the perfect.
But Washington would be $90 billion poorer. And we're already very poor because they run the state pretty poorly. There's a $16 billion deficit.
Yeah.
So what happens to Washington if Amazon's not here?
If they evacuate completely, if they go away, or if they were never here.
Imagine if they were never here. Like some sort of a twisted,
in a
It's
world.
a Wonderful
Imagine
Life
a world.
where Jeff Bezos wakes up.
Okay, you were never in Washington.
Mr. Potter, $90 billion, poof, disappears because they're chasing it away. And I think that's the point of the article is if you're chipping away.
I think downtown's full of dance parlors and women of the night, and there's neon everywhere, just like in Pottersville.
It would be
awful,
horrible, right? It would be just like you're right. It would be dance houses on every street.
Get your hands off me! I know pesos. Violent.
Don't you know me? Don't you know me?
That's pretty good.
But isn't it better that he was here?
Yeah, of course it.
Of course it is. Isn't it worse that we've chased him away?
Well, I don't think so. I think
it's better that he's not here.
No. I think it's a moral failure of him to make his fortune to make his fortune here, right? And then to exceed, how many hundreds of billions of dollars he's got. He's not willing to kick back into the state to provide him the opportunity to grow the biggest business in the world, make him the second richest man in the world.
You think the state did that for him?
I think yes. I think we provided the opportunity, the infrastructure, the customer base, the labor base.
That was not achievable anywhere else?
It could have been, and he would have owed that state a debt of financial gratitude. I think to make all your money and then take it before it's time to kick back into the society that provided you the opportunity is a moral failing on his part.
I feel like he's done that.
Has he?
$90 billion to the local economy?
Yeah, and he keeps making money from the money that he has people here, has employees here, he generates wealth here, and instead of paying any of that back to the society providing the opportunity, which is still going on, he pays none of it back. He moves out of state. Yeah, it's just, I live in the Bailey. I'm in Baileyville. I'm in.
You think in this scenario that you're in Baileyville?
I'm in Bedford Falls. Yes.
Oh, funny.
I'm totally in Bedford Falls. You
Very
old building and loan.
You think you're the building and loan?
I'm digging my building and loan shirt
Isn't it
out
funny
tomorrow.
how everybody thinks they're the building and loan?
I'm the building.
Everybody
and loan.
thinks that they're George Bailey.
Yeah, of course we are. You're looking at us all wrong.
I'm gonna leave you with that. I want you to go away from
Just
this.
Money's not over
you're
here.
George Bailey.
Just Money's in Ballard.
Okay.
It's in Issaquah.
Okay. I love it. It's a good way to start. We got a lot more coming up. You're not going to want to miss it. Stick around. Chris Sullivan's coming up next. Right back.
This hour is brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino.
Wishing you and yours a happy Thanksgiving.
I'm thankful that I get to do this show with you every day, Amanda, and I'm also thankful that we have such great listeners to KIRO News Radio.
Me too. I am thankful for a number of things. One, our time together this year. It's been a thrill to come over here. I am thankful for the entire team on Seattle's Morning News. It's just a great place to be, and it's been a wonderful year.
Happy Thanksgiving from all of us
at Seattle's Morning News.
Fall rains can expose hidden roof problems, and once water gets in, the damage only gets worse. Is your roof ready for the season? Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. At State Roofing and Exteriors, we repair and replace roofs with a quality you've trusted for decades. And yes, we also provide siding, windows, decks, and gutters to keep your entire home protected. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule a free estimate. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Time is running out to save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. Now through the end of the month, save big on home comfort systems, generators, water heaters, and more. Plus, take advantage of 12-month interest-free financing and get your home winter ready before the chilly season starts. Trust the team voted best in the Pacific Northwest to be your dedicated home comfort company. Call Bob's today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
The holidays are here and we all want to celebrate in style, but sometimes stubborn, fat, and loose skin keeps us from looking and feeling our best. Stacey Rost here. Imagine a simple one-day solution. Introducing ProSculpt, the treatment everyone is talking about. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe, gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while you're fully awake. ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas, your waistline, face, neck, arms, and thighs. Avoid wasting time and money on gimmicky lasers or fat-freezing methods. ProSculpt is one and done. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat, tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. Celebrate the holidays and get yourself a gift with a free consultation and get $250 off. Schedule at prosculpt.com for powerful permanent fat removal and skin tightening. It's prosculpt.com.
The Pacific Northwest is the perfect backdrop for the holiday season. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law reminds us that the roadways don't always agree.
It's that combination of additional travel, changes in routine, and winter weather that make this the most dangerous time of the year to be behind the wheel.
Any safety tips to help commuters keep the holidays joyful?
The number one cause of accidents remains distracted driving, even during the holidays. So store that cell phone in a place that eliminates temptation. It's imperative we set the example for our teens. Also, be aware of abrupt changes in the weather and prepare for it. Sometimes it's as simple as allowing additional distance for following or stopping. Lastly, make sure your vehicle is properly maintained for winter.
That includes four-wheel drive and chains when required at the pass. Please follow these safety precautions from my good friends at Pendergast Law and keep you and your neighbors safe this holiday season.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pendergast Law.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Heather Bosch.
Lives are literally at risk by this decision.
Washington State Attorney General Nick Brown talking about changes in rules to receive federal funding for homeless programs. The feds are providing less money for permanent housing. Shelter residents will need to meet new work, treatment, and other requirements. Shelters must recognize only 2 genders. Washington is among 20 states suing to stop the changes. The Trump administration says it wants to restore accountability and self-sufficiency. It's been little more than a week since the FAA lifted flight restrictions due to the government shutdown, and millions of Americans are ready to fly. CBS's Bradley Blackburn reports.
It's as much a tradition as turkey and pumpkin pie, packed airports in the days before Thanksgiving. This year, the TSA expects to screen some 18 million people from today till next Tuesday, and officials promise they are ready for the crowds.
For us, this week is our Super Bowl, and I'm here to tell you we've got a great plan. We're past the lapse. Controllers are back at work. They're excited to be back on the job. They're excited to be compensated to be back on the job.
The travel chaos during the government shutdown is now in the rearview mirror.
Retailers are optimistic about the holidays, even though new numbers show sales were weaker than expected in September. CBS's Jason Brooks.
The Commerce Department released the long-delayed September retail sales report, showing a monthly gain of just 0.2%, weaker than the gains in previous months. And the gain was even weaker when factoring out auto and gas sales.
Stubborn inflation and weakening job markets are weighing on the consumers. The Conference Board says its consumer confidence index dropped to 88.7 in November. That's down from 95.5 in October. Economist Gus Fauché.
So we're not in recession in November of 2025, but certainly this softness in consumer confidence suggests that we could see a recession at some point in the first half of next year.
Turkeys at the White House.
Today we continue a time-honored American tradition. Well, that's a well-trained turkey.
Or one that's relieved. President Trump today pardoning turkeys wobble and waddle. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 654 points. NASDAQ ahead 133. KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, Heather, we have winter conditions over Stevens Pass right now. And this has caused a head-on collision on Highway 2 westbound near milepost 72 out near Nordic, about 6 to 7 miles east of the summit. State Patrol is en route. We can expect that westbound lane to be closed at the scene for some time. If you're planning on heading over Stevens Pass right now, traction tires are advised and oversized vehicles prohibited. Snoqualmie Pass has a rain-snow mix right now and no restrictions. Down here, we're looking good for the most part. We do have a new collision in Tukwila, though. It's eastbound 518 approaching I-5, blocking 2 right lanes. The Airport Expressway has cleared out. Down in Lakewood, South 5 at State Route 512, a stall is parked right there in the center lane. And North 5 slows from South 96 up to South 56th, just heavy volume. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain today with highs in the mid-40s. It's 46 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. Chris Sullivan joins us now. Let's start with ferry traffic.
Oh, the traffic outside is frightful.
Yeah, yes.
Ferry traffic. Well, the good news is that the ferries this Thanksgiving are back at full service for the first time since the pandemic.
Genius.
We have 440 sailings on Thanksgiving, which is a lot more than we've been used to. They're up about 10% in terms of the amount of sailings, and they're expecting 300,000 people over the next through Sunday now to ride a ferry. 60 to 70,000 on Thanksgiving Day alone. Wow! So it's going to be pretty hectic. And in fact, the positive news out of all of this, if this trend continues, we might see our first 20 million passenger year on the ferries since 2019, when we were up around 24 million a year generally. But the pandemic, it took a dive. So that'd be a definite positive that we're kind of really getting back into reliable, stable service, and 1,600 crew members ready to roll. We're not anticipating anything there. I mean, stuff happens, but but it's going to be busy. It's going to be busy, but they've got capacity.
Did anybody have the ferries making the full comeback from pandemic numbers first for anybody else? The ferry system?
Well, passenger on the Seattle Bainbridge is still cratered.
Really?
If you think about it, that was one where was a lot of walk-on downtown workers, and who would catch that as a commuter ferry and walk. And those people started working from home during the pandemic. They didn't come over, and then they maybe decided not to come back to work anymore. Right. So that one passenger service on what was one of their more popular passenger runs, that one still hasn't come back. Vehicle traffic, freight traffic, all that stuff, Mukilteo, they're all kind of getting pretty close. But it'd be nice to see them kind of back at. I'm glad they're at full service, because we don't want any 2 or 3 hour lines getting back and forth, because we know it's going to be crowded. But they're at full capacity.
Let me ask you this question. Did you see the news story the other day that they're selling 2 of their decommissioned boats?
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about that, and you guys didn't discuss my idea, which I brought up on Seattle's Morning News, which would be if the folks at Bangor decided to buy them, and nothing better than live torpedo practice.
Just like at a golf course.
You just take them out to, obviously out of Elliott Bay, take them out somewhere out, drag them out to the Pacific, and get some of our young sailors a chance to
simulations are nice, but until you see that boom, the metal sink,
Do you guys ever go to like driving ranges, golf course driving ranges where they'll park like they'll park like an old truck out there.
Oh yeah, like the one in Snohomish.
The one in Snohomish is what I'm thinking of. Have you ever done that?
No. Oh yeah, you just wail at it. You take like a 3-iron and just hit a nice little stinger.
The trick is you never nail it.
Is the clubhouse on wheels at these golf courses?
No. It's it's out there. I think it's about 100 yards, so it won't come screaming back at you.
It's cool.
But, yeah, it's fun.
They should do something similar with these.
We tried to hit the ball sweepers, the guys that.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. Oh yeah. Of course, everybody still does that. Yeah. But no, so that was my idea. My problem with that is, though, these ferries are so old and diesel, there's probably some contaminants in them that they probably don't want to sink into a natural reef out in the Pacific. But again, I thought that would be a fabulous idea. 2 for 1, get rid of the ferries and get some target practice in.
Can't you just hit them and not have them blow up?
Well, what's the fun in that?
Well, you still get the practice shooting.
No, I want that thing
sunk. You still get to dial in your aiming.
Go down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So paintball torpedoes.
Me and the La Jolla have got some issues.
Okay.
We have some history.
Okay.
We got some beef going on.
Okay. Now we've peeled back the onion.
Can we, just for a half second, can we bring it back to the golf driving range?
Sure.
We were, I'm not going to say which one because it is local. There's only 2 that I go to, so I'm not going to say which one.
But you're still allowed to go to.
Well, we were there one afternoon, and I was there with some friends, and we were hitting, and there was a guy out there. And I think it's fair game. Everybody understands that when somebody's out there sweeping up balls, you're going to aim at him, right?
Well, it's human nature. It is.
No, when you're in that's why it's protected by like a metal enclosure generally.
Yeah.
So we're taking swings at this guy. He starts yelling at us because we're hitting him.
Yeah.
And he drives up to us at the range and he goes, knock it off.
You're kidding me.
And I was like,
come on.
buddy, that's uncalled for. Like, this is in the job description.
Yeah.
You know you're going to get the balls hit at you.
And let's face it, he's in the safest place you could be.
Yeah.
Right in front of any golfer.
You're exactly
you're
right.
not going to hit it.
I was like, listen, buddy, you're in no danger from us.
No. Yeah. That's why I always ask Holly if she's standing in front of me. I'm like, you're in the best, safest spot.
Right.
You're
and
good.
it's okay
Right
to mention
there.
that was Columbia Super Range.
Yes, it was.
Was it? Because that's the only other one up in the north end that you know.
Years ago. Yeah.
That's where I go these days. It's closest to home.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, let's talk about this choke point, 405.
Oh, man,
they're supposed to be right. They're going to be done with this widening project.
Yeah,
and
they were supposed to be done next month.
Fantastic. Great news, everyone.
Right
Let's call it
on,
a day.
yeah.
But anybody who's driven that or anyone who's looked at it over the last year and a half realized there was no way in hell they were going to get this thing done. But they kept not saying and kept not saying and kept not saying. In
Were
fact,
they the last
for the
ones to
last
realize?
year, I've been asking WashDOT, come on, guys, this is slipping. Come on, let us know. Be honest with us. And they never did anything until yesterday. I had an exclusive interview with the person in charge of the project for WashDOT, and she informed me that, yeah, it's not going to be finished by the end of this year. It's not going to be finished until the summer of 2027.
What?
18 months more of construction for the widening from Bellevue down into Renton, if you don't know what we're talking about. 18 more months. A massive delay, and we're not exactly sure how much this is going to go over the $705 million budget.
Spike was joking before the show.
I mean, this is like you said, anybody with a set of eyes or two hands on a wheel has known that, boy, these next 6 weeks are going to be really busy because they seem to have a lot of work to do. And, you know, it's like Thanksgiving afternoon at 3 o'clock, and you don't smell any food. And Mom finally walks out of the kitchen and says, you know what? I didn't make dinner. Yeah, we knew.
Yeah,
we knew all day.
Yeah. So, they didn't give me a good answer as to why they didn't let us know. Reading between the lines, because WashDOT is now actively suing the contractor. They are in active litigation. And pulling back the curtain a little bit, they've been in litigation with the contractor since 2023. So WashDOT knew, but they chose not to tell the public that they were going to be this far behind. That I don't know why.
There may have been legal reasons.
They would have, but because of ongoing litigation, it's possible that they could not. But behind the scenes, they were. And here's the deal.
We thought we could pull it off, folks. We really thought we could pull it off.
You're right. The next 4 weeks, we're bringing in the incredible.
Round the clock.
And they're going to be working but no, so they're actively suing the contractor. They put all of the blame on this delay on the contractor for not getting the job done in a timely manner. Now, this is a design build contract. If you don't know what that means, the contractor comes in with a bid, they design it, and they go from there. They chose their bid, $705 million, be done end of 2025. That's not happening. WashDOT is actively suing. But what's weird is they're in the same office with the contractor. I was there yesterday. They're all working on the project together now in the same space, trying to speed things up and try to work things out. But above them, the lawyers are arguing. This sounds exactly like Bertha. Remember? Because the contractor who was doing Bertha, the tunnel under Seattle, they were fighting for how many years in court, but yet they were all still working together trying to do the project. So imagine that holiday meal tomorrow before they leave, as they leave the office there in Bothell.
I'd like to pass the potatoes, but there's no throughway to you.
Yeah, so it's just kind of weird. So they're still working with them, but the powers above them are working to sue. They're hoping by next year they might have next couple months they might have a better idea of what this is going to do to the budget and how far it's going to blow this out. But I mean, that's an 18-month delay. It's kind of getting ugly, and it's unfortunate. Not surprising based on what you saw, your eyes told you, but still a pretty massive delay on something that's a signature mega project going on in the region.
It's not the first time WashDOT's been ugly on something like this.
True. I mean, I mentioned Bertha. I mean, it happens on these mega projects. It happened with the ferries too. The people bid. It came in, twice the number. Then they had to change the legislation, and so it happens. But yeah, this one's bad. This is bad.
That should be their slogan. It happens.
It happens.
Well, then you add that with Sound Transit. Boy, we're really good. We're really good in this
at
region.
Least they've
aren't
got
we?
Sound Transit dialed in.
Yeah, I mean, who would have guessed we're $35 billion over budget?
Yeah, we're going to sell so many holiday sweaters, though. We're going to make that number up.
Yeah.
With holiday sweater and wrapping paper sales.
Gosh, I saw those. I can't excited for my Santa Claus merch from Sound Transit. I'm so excited.
It's going to be nice.
And the ferry merch, too. I'm excited for that,
It's a little overpriced, but we
I know, I saw it.
If you have the
That'd be a
means.
great way to impersonate an employee, I thought.
Yeah.
But again, don't do that, please. No,
To wear a
please don't
baby
do
onesie.
that. I mean, you can buy a vest at Lowe's and grab a hat, and next thing you know, you're
right,
a ferry
we're out of
worker.
time. Jeez Louise, we're out of time. Chris Sullivan, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it, man. Have a happy
Anytime.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
We'll be right back.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
At Care Partners Senior Living, we believe in providing quality care at an affordable price. Instead of spending on luxury and expensive art, we invest in our people and accommodations with a focus on compassionate overall health. Our communities offer independent, assisted living, and memory care designed to preserve dignity, independence, and your estate. Affordable, personal, trusted. That's our promise. Please give us a call. We have beautiful Care Partners communities throughout Washington and Arizona. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is making it easier to get answers with a comprehensive wellness panel. It's not just a lab test, it's where better performance begins. Our providers will check your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. A $400 value for just $99, or free if you start treatment. Over 120,000 men have trusted Revive to restore their energy, mood, and confidence. So if you're ready to feel better and live stronger, call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Offer ends November 30th. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Parango and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com. weekdays.com.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rierecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Cars for Kids reminds you time is running out to donate your car for 2025. Call 877-CARS4KIDS now to secure your 2025 tax deduction and vacation voucher. That's Cars with a K.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's a catchy song. Yeah. There you go. I saw this story, Spike. Did you have the same reaction to this that I did? Charlie Harger posted this. You guys can read about this at mynorthwest.com. I highly suggest you do. There was a guy, 80 years old. He's driving around and he sees something that we all are seeing a lot of these days, which is graffiti.
Yeah.
Now
this is the Ballard, right? The
Ballard,
Ballard,
Ballard Bridge. Yep. He sees some utes.
Two utes.
It
was two utes, ironically.
Utes? He sees two utes spraying the Ballard Bridge.
Right, which we all see graffiti, but rarely do we see it being done in real time.
Yeah. These cockroaches usually do it at night. But he saw these guys. And so he takes out his phone. Actually, pretty smart move on his part. He takes out his phone, which is, I mean, boy, he's really with it for 80. Just like pull it out real fast. 80-year-olds, like these old people are quick on the phone, so.
Are you sure it wasn't his iPad?
Could have been his iPad. Ouch. Was it his iPad? No. Oh, you're making a joke.
I'm making a joke.
Laura.
Bigger numbers. Makes sense.
He pulled out whatever it was, his recording device. I believe it was his phone. He pulls it out and he starts recording these ne'er-do-wells. And one of them, who sees that he's being recorded apparently, walks over to this old guy. Now, what do you think he's going to do? I would imagine if I'm an 80-year-old dude and I see somebody walking towards me, not filming them.
And he tells him, hey, buddy.
Hey, you're being filmed right now.
You shouldn't be doing what you're doing.
You're doing wrong.
Right.
He's trying to learn these kids a lesson.
Yeah, he's trying to shame them up.
Which shame is a powerful motivator.
Yep. Amen.
And God bless him. I wish it would have worked. But this kid, according to the story, apparently hauls off and punches the guy.
Multiple times.
Yeah. Bloodies the guy's lips. His lip injures his shoulder. This is all on phone.
Mm-hmm.
What on earth was this kid thinking?
It's heartbreaking. Lack of respect for anything in his life.
Anything.
Other people's property, the rule of law, an elder, lack of respect for everything.
He also apparently is just unafraid of consequences.
Right.
So here's what happened. Seattle police, they have the evidence. They have fingerprints apparently they got fingerprints from a spray can. All these things they were able to track down. Charlie says textbook investigation. They take the kid, they drive him to the Judge Patricia H. Clark Children and Family Justice Center.
They find the kid to go to school, get him.
They find him. He arrests him at his high school.
To the Justice Center.
I'm surprised he's in school, but he's in high school.
I'm not surprised that his prints were in the system.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Right?
You're totally
At
right.
17.
They drive him to the Judge Patricia H. Clark Children and Family Justice Center, which declined to book him. He is then sent home. So obviously he's not afraid of any consequences. What should have happened to this kid? What should have happened to him?
Well, Charlie,
honest question.
Here's the thing. It's a difficult question to ask, and it's a difficult situation to find yourself in. You would think it'd be difficult because there used to be a time where and Charlie's piece is so well written. I highly recommend you go to My Northwest and read this piece because Charlie speaks to how we've swung the pendulum back too far. Was a time this guy goes to jail, spends the night in jail, right? Gets hauled before a judge. But there was a thought and a decision made to kind of course correct that we were punishing too harshly, too often with regard to minors. And oftentimes it seems with adults too. And Charlie's point is we've swung the pendulum back too far the other way. You know what? Because this kid, what's he learned from, you get hauled into court, you get released on your own recognizance because
sent back to mommy.
Innocent until proven guilty is a thing.
Well,
right?
in this case, there's literally video of all of this stuff happening.
But he's got the right to go to trial. And you're right. I'm with you.
I understand, but he's probably not going to have much of a penalty from this.
Even if found guilty, because he's 17.
He's a young kid, and this would have been a great opportunity to maybe help him change his life. What happens in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years?
When he hasn't learned any consequences, and now it's for real because you're an adult. I'm with you.
You got to scare these kids.
I think we've gone too far in the wrong direction. So that's what Charlie's piece speaks to.
I am here to scare you straight! That's what needs to happen. They need to scare him straight. Who knows? Maybe the 10th time will be the charm when this kid's arrested.
As former Mayor Harrell. Sorry.
All right, we got a lot of stuff coming up. Stick around.
The John Curley Show.
Katie Wilson is putting her powerhouse transition team together.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
Put everything in place and solve all the big problems that everybody expects to have solved when it comes to government. When I asked her if she's okay with being, the West Coast Mondani, she seemed to have no problem with it. And of course, Mondani, the new mayor of New York, has said that, there's no problem too small that the government can't solve, and the government cares so much. The government's going to care so much, and the government's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube.
This holiday season, you might not realize you've had a little bit too much to drink at the company party until you find yourself pulled over on the way home for a DUI. This is Jonathan Dichter from DUI Heroes, here to remind you that even good people make simple mistakes. Our team of heroes is ready to help you through this season to make sure you can get back to the things that are most important, your family and your life. Call us now at 1-800-DUI-HERO or find us online at DUIHeroes.com.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So, how many chickens do you think there are on the farm?
3,000?
What do you think chickens eat?
Grass.
What else?
Seed.
So, do you know what organic eggs are?
The ones that you put in brownies?
Yes, the ones you put in brownies.
We hope you choose fresh eggs from our family farm.
Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh
since 1909.
All right, here's a quick confession. The reason Nick, my wife, is going to Longevity Medical Clinic is because why?
I got sick of watching you sleep at night when I was awake.
Wait a minute. Wait. Here's what would happen. I'd be asleep because I've got my hormones balanced thanks to Longevity Medical Clinic. I'm asleep, and then Nick would go, "Are you asleep? Are you sleeping? That's not fair. I can't sleep." I'm like, "So you're going to wake me up?"
Yes, because I didn't want you to have more energy than I would the next day, and I was up all night.
So what did I say to you? I said, so go to the Longevity Medical Clinic. Do the same thing I did. Get your hormones balanced. You'll sleep better, right?
And I did.
Right. You don't have to wake me up anymore and go, it's not fair that you're sleeping.
I know.
But didn't you see that it wasn't fair that you were waking me up?
Yes, because now you're the one taking the dogs out because I'm still asleep in the morning.
So we're both getting good night's sleep. We're both getting lots of energy, and we're happy.
You want me to tell you why? Because my hormones are now balanced.
Okay, I don't want to hear about your hormones right now. So be like Nick and get a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. you will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Hurry, time's running out. Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select steel tools. Shop online or in store.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. President Trump says he thinks a deal to win the war in Ukraine is very close, but it's not even clear right now what's being discussed. Elizabeth Palmer reports.
Everyone involved in the negotiations for this peace deal is making positive noises, except that is for the Russians. Ukraine has signaled its support. The Europeans are firmly behind Ukraine. But what the actual terms of the deal are, nobody knows at this stage.
The FBI's investigating Democratic members of Congress who appeared in a video telling service members to refuse unlawful orders. Michigan Democratic Senator Alyssa Slotkin called it a scare tactic.
The president's reaction and the use of the FBI against us is exactly why we made the video. He believes in using the federal government against his perceived adversaries, and he's not afraid to use the arms of the government against people he disagrees with.
The Red Cross has turned over more remains to Israel, but Linda Gradstein reports it isn't clear yet whether they are the remains of the hostages still in Gaza.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said the remains would be taken for testing and identification. Palestinian Islamic Jihad said it found the remains earlier this week in the Nuseirat refugee camp in central Gaza. The bodies of 3 hostages remain in Gaza, and Israel has said Hamas is responsible for returning all of the hostages according to the ceasefire.
Sources tell CBS News House Speaker Mike Johnson told the White House that any plan to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies will have little support from House Republicans. CBS's Weijia Jiang has more.
We were anticipating that the president could actually announce a possible framework of a health care plan to extend those ACA health care subsidies, which are set to expire at the end of the year and, of course, impacting millions of Americans. But at least for now, it appears that there is a roadblock.
Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser says she's decided against running again.
It has been the honor of my life to be your mayor. But today, with a grateful heart, I am announcing that I will not seek a 4th term.
Bowser has spent much of the past year dealing with President Trump's federalization of the city's police force and the deployment of National Guard troops in what the administration called a crime-fighting mission. Retail sales rose slightly in September, but consumers were still nervous to part with their money. On Wall Street today, stocks finished higher. The Dow Jones Industrials up 663 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
British Petroleum finds the leak affecting the fuel supply to aircraft at SeaTac. Why that's significant coming up. But first, KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, Heather, it's getting busy out there. In fact, Seattle Sports has our update. We begin with a traffic alert on Highway 2. A head-on collision now has both directions of Highway 2 closed near milepost 72. That's about 7 miles east of Stevens Pass Summit. No estimated time to reopen, and there is no detours. So if you're thinking of Snoqualmie Pass, right now we've got a rain-snow mix up there, and currently no restrictions. Down here, Tukwila, we just cleared a crash eastbound 518 at I-5, but traffic is stacked up to the airport, and the airport expressway is jammed up approaching State Route 18. Bellevue to South Center, a half hour. You're crowded from Bellevue into Renton, and then heavy along South Center. South 5 into Seattle, stop and go from 145th and Shoreline all the way to the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood to Seattle's a half hour, and North 5 slows from the Michigan Curve into downtown. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch. The Transportation Security Administration is predicting 18 million airline passengers will travel during the Thanksgiving holiday. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports 73 million will hit the highways.
Smooth sailing for now, but travelers like Cody not looking forward to Sunday, the projected busiest travel day this holiday at SeaTac.
The best thing is visiting family and friends.
900,000 travelers are expected through SeaTac this week. For drivers, a record number on the roads. I-5 North from Seattle to Bellingham will be the most congested highway in the state this week. At SeaTac, Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Olympic pipeline crews have found the leak affecting the fuel supply for aircraft at SeaTac. British Petroleum, which operates the pipeline, tells KIRO 7 TV that tests confirm a leak in its 20-inch diameter pipeline near Everett. A nearby 16-inch line is not affected and is now supplying fuel again. Alaska Airlines says it's returning operations to normal. The company's developing a repair plan for the line that had been leaking. We're hearing from the 33-year-old dirt biker who fell 200 feet off a cliff near Mount Rainier while taking a picture Friday. Anthony Harris tells KIRO 7 TV he took one wrong step and the ground disappeared.
Within a moment's notice, I was flying down this cliff. I had no way to grab anything. There was nothing to brace onto, so I was just going down.
Rescue crews say it took 3 hours before he could be airlifted from the scene. He suffered fractures in his face and spent a few days in a hospital. A man accused of throwing a piece of concrete at an SUV in Tacoma Saturday faced a judge. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman spoke to the family of a passenger in the vehicle who was seriously injured.
And they tell me that this man's injuries are so bad that he may lose an eye. And we've been told by Washington State Patrol it was off of I-705 southbound. Piece of concrete is about the size of a basketball, maybe bigger, which is no surprise just how much damage this did to the car and the injuries this man suffered.
The suspect faces attempted murder and assault charges. King County deputies and SeaTac police are investigating a deadly shooting near Angle Lake last night. Officers tell the Seattle Times they found a victim while responding to calls about gunfire. No word on arrests. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain with highs today in the mid-40s. Remember, be prepared for snow in those mountain passes. It's 45 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 fantastic hours to go. Spike's going to be a fun 2 o'clock.
I'm looking forward to it.
People should tune back in. We're going to have a live interview with... Have you been up to the Christmas lights up in Tulalip?
Only driving past, and I'm dying to pull in. I got to get in there this year.
Every single year we go as a family. It's kind of a family tradition now.
Nice.
We're only like 15 minutes away, so it's a quick drive for us. A little longer for you, but it's worth the drive.
It's actually, we're up in the north end of the city.
Sure.
We're just south of the Alderwood Mall area of the exits of the freeway. It's
not
easy.
far from you then.
Yeah. It's a lot easier going downtown Seattle or further south than that.
They have literally millions and millions of Christmas lights And it's just one of those things where you go and you just kind of can't believe what you're seeing. And there's this cool path. You've been up to the Tulalip Casino.
Sure. Oh, many times. Many times.
So you know that big walking path they have around the water feature?
Oh, yeah. Out front. Yes.
With the whales and all the cool stuff. That entire area, every single square inch of it is covered in Christmas lights.
Wow.
All the trees, every inch of the trees is wrapped in Christmas lights. It's like you're in just another world. And I don't know how they do it. It's fascinating. And so we're going to have somebody from the...
Teresa Mee is going to join us, right?
Yes, going to join. And I think she was on with us last year around this time talking about it. So we'll find out what updates and how many lights are doing this year, how long it took. It's just really fun. Have you decorated Christmas yet? Have you done all that?
I wish. We talked about this off air a little bit because you got it done this weekend.
Well, I started it.
You got the tree up.
I got the tree up.
Okay, yeah.
Which is like that's the big one.
Do you do inside before outside?
Yes.
Okay, because I brought things home from the storage unit where I keep Christmas.
Sure.
I keep it at arm's length, so I don't do it like I'm tempted to break it out in June.
You could do it like day after.
I could do it. Halloween, I could.
Yeah.
All of November would be fine with me.
Sure.
But I understand the missus, she gets a little...
She goes, we don't want to be judged by the neighbors.
Right.
Which makes sense.
And I'm one of the last down in my neighborhood to get them up. The outside lights, at least.
Sure.
I saw my first in-window Christmas tree about a week and a half ago.
Okay.
So I drove by somebody's house. The tree was up. Tree was decorated. I'm respectfully waiting till after the parade's over.
We usually do, when you see Santa at the end of the parade.
That's what's, Christmas is here. The season
First,
is
you
here.
have to see all those Broadway shows on the Christmas parade on NBC, and that kicks off Christmas season. That was a funny conversation.
It was great.
That, by the way. Anyway, we normally wait until after Thanksgiving, but this is a late Thanksgiving, so the Christmas season is condensed.
Right,
and
exactly. That's the argument I tried to make.
We just had a free Sunday this last weekend. We said, hey, why not just do it and get it done? And so we did that. We haven't done the outside yet, which we will do, which is a lot of fun, but it can be tricky because obviously you got to get up on ladders, and we've all seen the Griswolds. We know how it works.
Do you have hooks, standing hooks that you leave up every year?
I take those down.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
We have kind of an eaves on our house. I guess that's the terminology, right? So I'm able to leave those hooks up, and stringing the lights up for me is a super, super easy process. It's a less than 2 hour ordeal, the entirety of the house.
I'm not one of those people who leaves it up year round.
Not the lights.
There are people who do that.
And the hooks aren't visible. They're just there.
Yeah. That's nice.
I have been of previous years. I was in the mind that I would leave the lights up until the Hawks were out of the playoffs. So one year I got them up till February. It was awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay. Speaking of holidays, a lot of people wait till after Thanksgiving, as we just mentioned. There was an article, Heather Bosch had this story, but I think it's going to inspire us to have kind of an interesting conversation about this. I was surprised by these numbers. 1 in 5 Americans. When you think about Thanksgiving, it's usually with family. You're having family come over. You're hosting this year.
I'm hosting this year. We got family, and we have some strays. Some of the students my kid goes to college with.
Sure.
Couldn't get home for the holidays. They've all been invited over.
What is your policy at the dinner table for talking politics? If somebody brings it up, are you going to jump in on that? Or are you going to try to turn it to maybe broader conversations that aren't necessarily politically divided?
I can honestly tell you it's why we got a smaller table this year.
Oh, really?
It is.
You guys are politically divided.
We are.
Thanksgiving?
We are. Yeah, we are.
How did that happen? I don't want to get too personal. I didn't know that.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
I would have asked.
No. And I didn't come to this segment ready to say that out loud, but we are. We're a family divided over our political ideologies.
Can I offer some unsolicited advice?
Sure.
Get past it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Someday you're all going to die.
Yeah, apparently.
And you're going to look back. You're going to look back and you're going to go, golly, look at all the time we wasted disagreeing on politics.
I know that's true. I know that to be true, and I wish I'm working toward that. I'm working toward that.
Yeah.
Trust me. We lost another uncle this morning. I told you I got a phone call. One of my favorite cousin. We lost an uncle this morning.
I didn't know that.
Passed. Yeah, it was just this morning.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And it's funny though because I think I've mentioned to you last time when I went back east, I went to a very conservative wing of the family. Right, I'm one of those kids that came west and left. Went to liberal snowflake Seattle.
Sure.
And I went back to see
left
family.
All their common sense behind.
Just
kidding.
Left,
That's a joke. That's
what
a joke.
you do.
That's a joke.
So I went back east and I had they weren't difficult conversations, but they were. I had conversations with several cousins and aunts and uncles and friends, lifelong friends about We have, my child is a transgender child. I have a young man in my family, my son. And I had those conversations with family and with friends, and they were wonderful conversations to have. They were productive. They weren't confrontational at all. These were people who genuinely knew me and cared about me and had those conversations.
Sure.
But it's hard when it's hard at my table to have the family I have and not just, you can't just avoid the topic, I guess.
Okay.
You should.
Okay.
But it's hard. We're avoiding it, and I shouldn't keep avoiding it.
I'm
one of those 1 in 5 Americans. I'm the one.
Yeah, the 1 in 5. They're reported becoming estranged from family members. According to the story, Heather Bosch has this. You guys can read about it on mynorthwest.com. Let me read a little bit from it, then we can continue this conversation. About 1 in 5 Americans has reported becoming estranged from a family member because of disagreements over controversial topics, including politics. Mm-hmm. That's according to a survey conducted by the American Psychiatric Association. And there's little evidence the political divide has narrowed, says the article.
It's widened.
I
honestly think it's widened. Yeah.
It's all in where you spend your time.
It is.
If you're on social media, it seems like it's widened. If you have any conversation with a normal person, I don't think it's widened. That's my opinion.
Fair enough. Yeah,
I think it's widened amongst like faceless people that maybe are not necessarily thinking about your best interests. But if you talk to normal people, then it's just like we've all had political disagreements forever. You and I have political disagreements every day.
Yeah, we do. We
get along great.
Absolutely, we do. Yeah, we do.
I'd break bread with you any day of the week. We just had a dinner the other night.
Here's the thing, though, when it comes to family, and maybe this is why 1 in 5 feel this way. For me, it's not about policy or politics anymore. Now it's about, it's not right versus left. For me, it feels like it's right versus wrong in the way that this administration deals with people and what they prioritize. And maybe, again, that's just my point of view.
No, I know, but
it's hard to look at somebody that you love who can feel and act and support an action or a policy that you find just abhorrent.
Let me play some audio. I'm interested in your take on this. Jimmy Kimmel, his wife, I believe her name is Molly McNearney. She's also
Mrs. Kimmel, I believe she goes by. No,
Mrs. Kimmel. She's also she's the exec producer of his TV show. So they work together.
So they were both out of a gig, right? That's tough.
No, they weren't. Neither was out of a gig. ABC gave them a timeout. Let's see here. So they were on a podcast recently, and she was talking about how she has family members who disagree with her politically. She was saying how particularly painful that was because she says her Trump is fighting Trump. She says her husband is fighting against Trump, so her family members who support Trump, she literally has to cut out of her life and has very uncomfortable conversations with. Listen to this.
So there's like a little bit of sympathy I have for people in my family that I feel are kind of being deliberately misinformed every day. Mm-hmm. And they're deliberately being misinformed every day. Mm-hmm. And they believe it. But it hurts me so much because of the personal relationship I now have where my husband is out there fighting this man. And to me, them voting for Trump is them not voting for my husband.
By the way, this guy runs a comedy nighttime TV show. Mm-hmm. And she says his job is to fight Trump. I think that's a problem.
And me and our family. And I unfortunately have kind of lost relationships with people in my family because of it. Mm-hmm. This is not just Republican versus Democrat for me anymore. Mm-hmm. It is, to me, it's family values. And
she says she's getting very mad.
I feel like I'm kind of in constant conflict and I'm angry all the time, which isn't healthy at all. But I personalize everything now. When I see these terrible stories every day, I'm immediately mad at certain aunts, uncles, cousins who put him in power. And it's really hard. And I wish I could deprogram myself in some way, but I get really angry. And I've sent many emails to family right before the election saying, I'm begging you, here's the 10 reasons not to vote for this guy. Please don't. And I either got ignored by 90% of them or got truly insane responses from a few.
She thinks their responses were insane. Huh? Is it possible they thought the incoming was also insane? Is that possible?
I'm sure. Of course, we all have built our belief systems.
Yeah,
we seek out information that supports what we believe. That's just human nature. It's psychological self-defense.
Okay.
When you seek out, what's called cognitive dissonance, where you live in that bubble, where you watch programming that reaffirms the decisions and choices you've made in life. It's human nature. It's what it is. But we all get entrenched into what the information we bring into our circle, our sphere, dictates how we feel about stuff.
Here's what I recommend. Everybody should spend some time living in a city that maybe thinks the polar opposite of the way that they do.
Boy, that is so smart. You are so right.
You know what I mean?
No, I hear you.
Like, I live in Seattle.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the things that Seattle believes, I just think are kind of crazy,
Yeah.
which is why, I mean, I don't live in Seattle anymore. I did for a decade plus. I moved out of Seattle once I had a family.
Right.
Also for finance reasons. I mean, I wanted to have a life. Seattle's very expensive. But you're constantly being
reaffirmed,
challenged. You're constantly being challenged with ideas that you may not agree with, and you have to either say, "Hey, you know what? Here's my argument against that, and this is why I believe what I believe," or you change your tune a little bit. Everybody evolves in the way you think, and that's a healthy thing. But the idea that you just cut people off, to me, when it comes to family, feels like, now listen to this. Heather talked to or I don't know if she talked to this person, but we have some quotes here from a psychologist who says, Katrina Egner, president and CEO of Sound Behavioral Health, says holiday gatherings are not a time for you to try to change somebody's mind. And they said one of the things that's in our control is who we choose to spend time with, who we choose to be around. We may feel a lot of pressure to be with certain family members at the holiday. In the end, that's your decision. That is your choice. She says it's okay to send flowers or a card or just to opt out of a family gathering altogether. She says that's okay. Those are called boundaries, and boundaries are not bad. They're incredibly healthy, and it's very important to recognize what yours is and how you can honor your own. So I guess the argument is, if you feel like you just cannot put these things aside, then maybe send a card, have Thanksgiving on your own.
Yeah. Avoid the confrontational moments. That's heartbreaking, but
if you're
it's
a person
self-defense.
If you're a person who cannot just don't you ever have to bite your tongue? I mean, don't you ever have to bite your tongue?
Constantly. And that's not a bad thing, you know. You don't always.
Plus, at Thanksgiving, you should be filling your mouth with turkey, not arguments.
She said, the psychologist said in there, you know, you make the decision on this is they're supposed to be here gathered together to celebrate each other.
Yes.
And what we share, the memories, the hopes we share.
The focus is on the things that we're thankful for.
Yes, exactly.
What are we thankful for? And are you thankful for your family members, even if you disagree with them on things?
As you should be anyway.
Or are you not able to put that aside, and instead you have to sequester yourself from these people who really do love you and who you really do love too? And in the end of your life, like as life starts to wind down, time gets very small and very precious. And you're going to be left with your politics or somebody sitting beside your bed who maybe didn't agree with everything in your life.
Right.
Is your politics going to sit by your bed?
More shared experience and memories with and love with than anybody else on the planet.
Like, is social media going to come and hold your hand when you're feeling sick or ill? No. It's going to send you, it's going to chase you. The algorithm's going to chase you, try to make you angry.
Again. Yeah, on your deathbed.
That's what it does. It tries to make you angry.
You will until your dying day, and it might be the thing that killed you.
Listen to this.
All the anxiety and anger you've been swallowing up like what should have been stuffing.
100%. Listen to this final clip. This is from Kimmel's wife.
It's definitely caused a strain. I've definitely pulled in closer with the family that I feel more aligned with. And I hate that this has happened, you know. It feels silly. You know, part of me goes, don't let politics get in the way. But to me, this isn't politics. It's truly values, and we're not aligned anymore.
Literally creating a bubble for yourself. That's which to me is like, I have family members who are very, very different than me politically.
Yeah.
These are people I love more than anything.
I hear you.
More than anything.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And it would be, they're also older than me. There's people in my life who are older than me, and I'm not going to say who they are. I don't want to embarrass them on their thing. They probably think that I'm nuts. But I still love being with these people. It's so rare. Like I have an uncle down in Portland who couldn't disagree with my politics more. I could care less what his politics are. I honestly don't even think he really cares what my politics are, because anytime I get a chance to spend time with him, I'm so happy because he just brings joy into my life. And it would be a shame if we locked each other out just because we'd have a strong disagreement on politics.
Well, you said something earlier about, when you go to a place that you disagree with ideologically and you meet people there.
Yeah.
I did that I told you about it afterward. I went to the East Coast. I went to MAGA country.
Can you also go to Arizona?
I went to Arizona. I've been to Arizona, but not recently. That was earlier in the year.
It was back
east. When I went back east to Maryland, my home state of Maryland, and I was in Trump country. I was in Big Red, Maryland. It's not all Baltimore City. Outside of the city of Baltimore, it's a very, very red state.
Yeah.
And people I loved and communities that were wonderful. I didn't care about anybody's politics, and I knew they were different than mine. Didn't come up. we share those same memories and traditions from my youth. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know why. And I had that taste of letting go of that.
100%.
You couldn't be more right.
Just get out on a kick-A jet ski.
Yes,
which is what you were doing.
Right. And my buddy that I've stayed with, we couldn't be more ideologically different.
Lifelong friend.
We're other sides. But lifelong friend who I love this guy. I love his drive. I love his accomplishments in life. He's dedicated. He's passionate. He's very religious. It's great.
And I bet you if he called up and said, I want to have a turkey with you, he'd say,
Boom,
come on
let's
over,
go.
dude.
Let's go. You bet we would. And
100%.
I should make that leap. I really should make that leap.
And I'm not even being critical
I know.
I didn't know
that
that was, I was just bringing this up because of the study.
It's an important conversation to have for everybody. There are people in the audience that share what we're all going through.
Yeah.
Here's your secret weapon. If it gets uncomfortable and you can't, we're here to celebrate each other. Remember, the Cowboys and Chiefs kick off at 1:30, and if it's still trouble, the Bengals and Ravens 5:30. And if you get up Friday morning and you're still not talking and they're still in your house, there's a Bears and Eagles game at noon.
Is there a Friday?
There's a
Black
game.
Friday game?
Yes, because sometimes we should just shut our mouths, fill it with some leftovers, and watch a game.
You know what you should do, honestly? Watch football.
Yeah.
Shove your fat faces with food.
There's some
This is what
pie
I'm
in there
gonna be
for
doing.
me, right?
Eat multiple
You
kinds
betcha.
of pie.
You betcha.
And look at funny memes.
Yeah.
Just show each other funny things that you found.
Yeah.
And just laugh together. Or go
Just-
watch an
just
old movie.
Remember why you love these
Stay
people.
off your phone.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Right?
Don't take bad advice like skipping meals with family members.
I understand the self-defense of it, but you ever heard the thing you just got to rip off the Band-Aid?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't
Also grow
You can't
up.
ignore problems. You just you
Not
avoid
you.
them. You avoid them for a while.
This
No.
advice, though, that I
Yeah,
saw from this
yeah.
person, like, just grow up.
Yeah.
You can't be around people in politics. That's ridiculous. All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Be right back.
Wishing you and yours a happy Thanksgiving from KIRO News Radio and the John Curley Show.
I'll share with you the Curly tradition, which is that we all go around the table and say the one thing we are grateful for. I think it gives everybody an opportunity to learn from each other and to reflect on the year. And my only advice to everyone is don't be the last to go, because there's a pretty good chance someone's going to steal your line. Go second or third. Happy Thanksgiving.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
83 or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
83 or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
Draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
83 or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
83 or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Around here, rain isn't a surprise. While others run for cover, Seahawks fans step into the storm, game day ready. And the Pro Shop is how.
Ball picked up! Witherspoon comes near side! 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Seahawks!
Every game, any weather. We got that. Shop official Seahawks gear in-store at Lumen Field and the Landing in Renton, or online at Seahawks.com/ProShop.
Whatever temperatures this winter brings, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help. Your dealer is committed to achieving a high level of training and skills, backed by outstanding products from one of the industry's most trusted names, Bryant. Whether you need a quick fix or an entirely new heating system, your local Bryant dealer will do whatever it takes for your family's comfort.
Schedule an appointment today. Visit BryantNorthwest.com for a dealer near you. Bryant, whatever it takes.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, "Buy low, sell high." There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision.
If you're over 50 and you've been diagnosed with a cataract, or your vision is changing as you're developing an early cataract, you could be a perfect candidate for K2 Vision RLE.
It's inevitable. At some point, typically in your 60s or 70s, you'll have a dysfunctional lens that eventually becomes a cataract. To restore your vision, you will someday need a procedure such as refractive lens exchange.
The question is, are you done with glasses? Do you want to spend your good, active years hassling with changing prescriptions and needing readers?
K2 Vision RLE can give you great vision now, permanently, and you'll never develop that cataract. The procedure is quick and painless, and our state-of-the-art custom lens technologies give highly predictable outcomes.
K2 Vision surgeons have performed nearly 100,000 procedures. We know when RLE is right for you.
Find out. Schedule a free Zoom consultation at K2VisionRLE.com.
K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. It is not just the snow piling up in the mountains today. Freezing rain could also make for slick travel over the passes. Matthew Cullen with the National Weather Service says icy patches could form quickly.
Sometime between mid-evening and into the early part of Wednesday morning, so like midnight or 1 a.m., definitely a hazardous situation if we're expecting that ice to accumulate.
Up to 8 inches of snow are expected over Snoqualmie and Stevens Passes. SR 18 at Tiger Mountain Summit could also see a few inches. State leaders say they are suing the Trump administration over funding cuts for some permanent housing programs.
I'm Heather Bosch.
Lives are literally at risk by this decision.
Washington State Attorney General Nick Brown talking about changes in rules to receive federal funding for homeless programs. The feds are providing less money for permanent housing. Shelter residents will need to meet new work, treatment, and other requirements. Shelters must recognize only 2 genders. Washington is among 20 states suing to stop the changes. The Trump administration says it wants to restore accountability and self-sufficiency.
Now to the closing bell reports. Verizon is cutting jobs in our states. Company plans to lay off 168 employees across Washington, including analysts, engineers, and retail staff. Cuts take effect on January 23rd. 5 stores are also being sold off, including in Redmond, Renton, and Woodinville. Verizon announced just last week it was cutting 13,000 jobs company-wide. Some big box retailers are optimistic about holiday spending. CBS's Jason Brooks explains.
Several large retail chains delivered third-quarter earnings results along with holiday forecasts, and shares in Abercrombie & Fitch and Kohl's jumped double digits on cheerful guidance. Best Buy reported strong results, and is expecting momentum to continue through the end of the year with heavy demand for computing, gaming, and mobile phones.
Big gains on Wall Street today. The Dow up 664. NASDAQ gained 153. S&P ahead by 61 points. 1:33 now. We go to the real-time traffic desk with Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. Increasing rain across the region right now is impacting our commute. In fact, South 5 heading into Seattle starts to slow to 130th and Northgate all the way down to the West Seattle Bridge before it even begins to open up. Linwood to Seattle, you're pushing 40 minutes. That's about double the norm for this time of day. North 5, heavy volumes from the Michigan Curve in the downtown. Bellevue to South Center, we're at a half hour. Scattered slowing now from South Bellevue into Renton. We've actually cleared out pretty good there in South Center. Over in Tukwila, eastbound 518 is still packed from the airport heading over to I-5 from an earlier crash. And down through Nisqually, North 5, heavy from Marvin Road and Lacey up past the Nisqually River Bridge where it's raining pretty good down there. And we have a traffic alert on Highway 2. That is closed this afternoon due to a head-on collision. Both directions of Highway 2 closed near milepost 72 where we have winter conditions. This is about 7 miles east of Stevens Pass Summit. Still no estimated time to reopen, and there is no detour. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. The rain will continue all day and overnight, and then we do have that mountain snow and a winter weather advisory in effect until 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Bit of a break for tomorrow afternoon before showers arrive again later tomorrow night. Right now, 45 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Saturday Night Fever? Where's this on?
Hold on.
Yes?
Yeah.
It's John Travolta is dancing?
Jive dancing. Or jive talking, right? Jive talking.
What you doing?
Should be dancing.
Should be dancing.
Right like that?
Yeah. Have you seen, we'll get into our conversation here in a second, but have you seen the documentary on the Bee Gees?
Yes.
What's that? Ian, can you look that up? What's that documentary called on the Bee Gees? Do you remember, Spike? It just came out recently. I want to say in the last two...
Because they were interviewing Barry was the surviving Bee Gees.
Yeah.
Robin and Maurice already
2
been
years?
gone.
Last 2 years?
About 2 years ago, yeah, I think it came out.
The Bee Gees, How You Can Mend a Broken Heart? Does that sound right?
2020.
2020?
Nah, I don't think that's it.
In Our Own Time.
Nah.
PBS?
What's the most recent one? Whatever.
Is this HBO?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the HBO one.
Okay, that's the HBO
In Our Own
one.
Time?
It's How to Mend a Broken Heart, is that what you said?
I think so.
I highly
Oh, yeah,
recommend.
because he had lost his brothers. That's what. You're right.
that
You're
makes
spot on. That's what it was.
That
Yes.
makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Very, very good. Do you know how they wrote their songs? Do you remember that from the documentary?
AI. They do AI. AI.
All of their
Yeah.
song is written by AI. Early AI models wrote all of their music.
Australian intelligence.
There
That's
you go.
what. Yeah.
Are they Australian?
Yes.
Man, you're
Yeah.
quick with a wit.
I'm a huge Bee Gees fan. Huge Bee Gees fan. You know my biker name is Dancing Queen.
I
confessed
thought
to
it
Steve
was Big
before.
Mama or something.
No, it's
Dancing
Queen.
Queen.
Yeah.
I thought that was an ABBA song.
It is an ABBA song. You're right.
He's not so quick with a wit.
Nope. See, I like to keep myself honest and humble. I should be dancing.
It's a good song. I bring that up to say they would not write their music until they got together, and then they would be inspired by the muse of being together. Watch the documentary. It's
Interesting.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
They'd go into a room, and they'd come out with that song.
Yeah.
But they didn't even have it as a concept before. They'd just like sitting there, they'd be slapping on a bass or whatever they were doing, or whatever their music comes from. I don't know, like how do they make their music?
Slap at the bass.
Slap at the bass. They're doing
Guitars.
whatever they're doing.
They write on guitars.
And they come
keyboards.
out
Maurice,
with
keyboard player.
these songs.
Yeah.
Just based on these feelings, these vibes.
The lifelong collaboration of those three brothers. They started on Australian television as young boys.
Unbelievable. Right? Yeah, very talented. All right, you and I last segment were talking about people have different disagreements from time to time. This is one you and I might disagree on this. I don't know, but Seattle City Council has just voted to get rid of this drug paraphernalia kit they've been handing out. It's kind of a controversial thing, and we've talked about it on the show before. I think
the harm reduction kits?
The harm reduction kits.
Jason did a little in-depth study how easy it was to get one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, if you haven't seen these things, they're a little bag. It looks like almost the kind of bag like if you have ever worked at a business that has bank deposit bags.
Yeah.
Looks about that size. It's red. It's got a zipper on it. And teams from the city would go around and hand these out. And it had things like a little glass crack pipe.
Yeah.
These sound like a joke, but I'm not joking. These are real things. They would have like a little glass crack pipe. They would have foil with instructions on how to smoke your drugs. Would it have a needle? I think it also had like a clean needle for people to use.
I don't know if the needle exchange was a different wing of risk
that a different thing?
of harm reduction protocol.
Well, Sarah Nelson, King County Council member Sarah Nelson, just was talking about this, and she's highlighting why she doesn't think these things work, and then you and I get into it in just a second.
I fail to see, however, the harm that's being reduced by distributing supplies such as pipes and foil that are used to consume deadly drugs like meth and fentanyl. There were 570 overdose deaths in Seattle last year, and 1,047 in King County overdose deaths. And for perspective, a total of 153 people died on our roads in the county in 2024. So it's absolutely shocking to me that and I think it would probably be shocking to our constituents if they knew that we are using public resources to help people get high by distributing pipes, foil with instructions on how to make it round and kind of make it a pipe. This is like, to me, it feels like it's giving a loaded gun to somebody who's suicidal. And
I think her point is interesting. Mm-hmm. I tend to agree with her that I think these things are doing more harm than good. How do you feel about this?
Well, she says I fail to see the benefits. Mm-hmm. Well, that's willful ignorance. That's it's because you're not looking to see benefits. And there are studies.
What do you think the benefits are?
There are studies that can point in both directions of this. There are studies from the National Institute of Health, from the Center for Disease Control. These are reputable, medically trained experts in their fields. And I brought it up just so I'd have a reference point. There are reduced overdose deaths that studies have shown that giving people safe and clean places to use, with regard to like safe injection sites, and because those are all elements of harm reduction, not just handing you clean pipes and clean tinfoil.
She's talking specifically about
I know she is.
So, yeah.
But because she's coming after the harm reduction, giving people a loaded gun by making it easier for them to do drugs, and I understand the mentality of that. But you have to, at that point, buy into the belief that if you can't get paraphernalia, you're going to stop doing drugs. And I don't know of any studies that show that to be the case. Addicts are going to find a way to get high. And if you don't give them clean and safer tools with which to do that, they're going to find unsafe and dirty tools with which to do that.
Let me ask you this question then. I disagree with what you're saying, but let me ask you this.
I respect that.
I do think that there's like a slippery slope thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Would you also then, using that same argument, that it would be a good idea, would you argue it would be a good idea to also distribute safer versions of drugs to them?
I'm not a fan of that protocol, but I understand the mentality behind it. Why is there?
Yeah, let's pull this music down. I think we got a couple minutes left.
That's okay, yeah.
Because if you're saying that giving them the paraphernalia to do the drugs because it creates a safer environment because they're addicts, they're going to do it anyway.
They're going to do it anyway. So
that would also stand for drugs as well, yes?
Yeah, if they're going to find their drugs and they're going to find polluted drugs, it seems to me again, it's hard to make the argument because you are enabling drug addiction. I get it.
Yeah.
Addicts are going to find their drugs. And if they find, would you rather an addict, somebody you loved, would you rather the state provided like clean drugs available to them or made them go chase poison drugs? Because they're going to chase drugs. Do you see the possible benefit of that?
No.
Okay, really?
No, I don't. I don't think it's a good idea for the state to give people drugs.
I'm with you. But people are going to come to sobriety or rehabilitation when they're ready, not till they've hit bottom. You can't force somebody to get into rehab.
But isn't making it harder? We talked about this with Charlie Harger when he was doing the story.
There are elements of how we do this I totally disagree with.
They would go around, the public outreach to this,
mm-hmm.
They would go around, hand out these paraphernalia kits, again, crack pipes, foil, all these different things. You'd make a physical contact with somebody. You'd connect with that person by saying, hey, we're here to help. That person looks up at you, maybe meets you in the eye. Maybe they don't because they're ashamed of the position they're in. I don't know. Maybe they're a drug addict and they just can't even see that they're being helped. And instead of you saying, hey, you know what, we want to help get you off the street. We want to help you get into a program to stop doing drugs. Instead, they hand you a crack pipe.
And they're not allowed to ask you if you want treatment.
And they're not allowed to suggest that you get treatment.
I think that's asinine. I'm with you there. It's asinine.
But that's part of the harm reduction thing that you're defending right now.
Well, part of it, but also when you pass out clean, safe paraphernalia, I understand it's to do a horrible thing. I get it. when you pass out clean, safe paraphernalia, you're having interactions with these addicts time and time and time again. And you build up some trust.
She mentions that in the clip. We don't have time to play because it's 2.5 minutes long, but she says that. She goes, I've asked, and I imagine she has access to this as a county council president at a time.
Outgoing, but yeah.
But she says, I've asked for those studies because she says the argument is you're making a personal contact, you're opening the door for a future
You're building
conversation.
trust with people.
She goes, can you show me evidence that that's what happens? And she has never had somebody say, yes, I can show you evidence that happens.
Well, it doesn't mean the evidence isn't out there, and I'd like to see the evidence myself. Because that's the argument I've bought into.
No, I know
is
you
that
have.
After you build up trust,
it's a reality.
That's why I'd like to see the study too. I'm with her.
She has asked, and what I'm saying is she's not a person who's a conservative person. You know?
No, I agree.
And she's in a city where they're not conservative in the way that they handle drug users, and even she has not been shown any evidence that these actually get people off the street and get them off of the drugs. Instead, you're just handing them a crack pipe.
But people are going to OD or die from drug use. But people are also going to die from secondary infections, hepatitis, different things that are caused by
But they've been
sharing
doing this
dirty.
now, and they're still dying in like huge numbers.
But there are studies that show that there's less numbers. Of course, people are dying. I'm with you, but there's a reduction in deaths and harm from providing these paraphernalia to these people.
So if we just keep doing it, eventually there'll be no drug addicts? We just keep
I don't know.
giving them...
I'm not saying that.
I mean, where does it go? That's my question.
Keep people alive until you can get them help. And if you don't give them help, they're going to die sooner. That's the mentality behind it.
Well,
and we don't, I know we're of different minds on it. I get it.
On that
Although I will agree with you on this. Get the county logo off the bag of free tricks. that seems a little nuts. What do you need the advertise to that community? You want credit?
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants credit for these bags.
Where'd you get the real? It was King County.
King County, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They give out the best crack pipes. That should be their logo.
We can agree.
All right, we got a lot more coming up.
The best pipes.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
The Closing Bell is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
The Pacific Northwest is the perfect backdrop for the holiday season. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law reminds us that the roadways don't always agree.
It's that combination of additional travel, changes in routine, and winter weather that make this the most dangerous time of the year to be behind the wheel.
Any safety tips to help commuters keep the holidays joyful?
The number one cause of accidents remains distracted driving, even during the holidays. So store that cell phone in a place that eliminates temptation. It's imperative we set the example for our teens. Also, be aware of abrupt changes in the weather and prepare for it. Sometimes it's as simple as allowing additional distance for following or stopping. Lastly, make sure your vehicle is properly maintained for winter.
That includes four-wheel drive and chains when required at the pass. Please follow these safety precautions from my good friends at Pendergast Law and keep you and your neighbors safe this holiday season.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pendergast Law.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Crawl space and attics are not places you want to spend much time, but many homes in our area can have serious issues behind the hatches. Hi, it's the owner of Crawl Pros, Richard Herron. For years, you've heard us talking about how we go where you don't want to. With our free corner-to-corner inspection to keep your crawl space and attic well insulated and free of mold and water. You've also heard about the pest control division of our company to keep your home bug and critter free. I'm excited to tell you about our newest division, Plumber Pros. Plumber Pros takes the same customer-first approach to plumbing that we do with our crawl space, attic, and pest control work. We've handpicked skilled plumbers that I know you'll feel comfortable inviting into your home. So next time you run into plumbing issues, from leaky faucets and clogged drains to full home repipes and sub pump installations, call Crawl Pros and we'll get our plumbing division, Plumber Pros, out to get it resolved. For anything related to your crawl space, attic, pest control, or plumbing, call Crawl Pros or visit us at crawlpros.com.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Looking for high-quality assisted living that won't drain your life savings? At Care Partners Living, we offer compassionate care at a price that helps stretch and preserve your estate. No unnecessary luxury, just the support you need with dignity and heart. And if you ever need to convert to Medicaid, you don't have to move. With communities across Washington and Arizona, including new locations in Port Orchard, Sumner, Mercer Island, and North Creek Bothell, there's a Care Partners community near you. Care Partners Living, compassionate care and peace of mind. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Get a quote today at Progressive.com.
For the first time ever, Lake Washington Windows and Doors is offering 0% interest for 60 months and 15% off new windows and doors. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
A 15-year-old girl who chewed through a rope to escape a serial killer.
I used my front teeth to saw on the rope in my mouth.
The killer prowled the Pacific Northwest in the early 70s. He's been convicted of murdering 2 young women, but suspected of many more.
Maybe there's another one in that area.
Follow and binge all episodes of Stolen Voices of Dole Valley, available now wherever you listen.
Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, look at that.
What was that?
Average white band. Pick up the pieces. All right. Yeah.
Spike, that fits us perfectly. Fits us like
Average
a
white
glove.
show. Wow. Thank you for that. That was a gift of comedy.
Has this been used in anything other than swingers that you know of? I always associate with them driving through the Hollywood Hills to that party. Remember, there were like 5 guys, 5 cars.
It's my favorite movie ever.
You've seen Swingers?
Yeah, it's my
God
one.
Bless this young guy.
You're a winner, Mikey.
Ian, how old are you?
23. Just turned 23.
You don't even know it.
He's doing it right. He's seeing the right movies.
Yes.
Question for you guys. We'll talk turkey pardons in just a second. We got some audio from the president. Thanksgiving movies. Can I ask you guys about this?
Sure.
Does Christmas draw too much focus, and so everybody goes, let's just get to Christmas movies? Is there good Thanksgiving movies? I can literally think of one, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Okay, I'll give you another. Sure.
Give me another.
I mentioned last week, Home for the Holidays. Holly Hunter, Robert Downey Jr.
When I say movies, I mean classics. I mean good movies.
I think it's a classic movie. Well, there's no...
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Well-known movies.
Yeah. Charles Durning.
I'm sure. Yeah, tell me about your Home for the Holidays.
Charles
Durning
and Bancroft. Yeah. It's a family. It's in Baltimore.
Sure.
It was literally filmed on a street, like 2 doors down from my best friend's house.
Sure.
Where it was filmed. All the scenery in it is very familiar to me. It's a family whose kids have grown up and moved away, have their own lives, and all come home
back
for
Thanksgiving.
Right, and have to deal with the dynamics of sibling rivalry and disappointment of the parents, and the dad didn't really achieve everything he wanted to achieve in life. I mean, it is totally the consummate. It's late 80s, I want to say, maybe early 90s.
I feel like they just kind of gave up. They never even tried to make more than. I mean, there's just a couple. There's a couple.
There's a couple, but not many.
We're drawn from a very small list.
There are hundreds and hundreds of Christmas movies.
We could sit here and
name
Christmas movies all day, but I can personally think of just a couple of Thanksgiving movies.
Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown's a good one. Yeah. That Charlie Brown, but that again, that's like a little kid.
It's like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's a short 20, but it makes an impact. Good music.
Harper's Bazaar says there are 60 Thanksgiving movies to put you in the holiday spirit.
Liar.
You've Got Mail?
What?
You've Got Mail is a Thanksgiving movie?
I never think of that as
Are these movies that you watch on Thanksgiving?
Name some of these movies, Spike. I want to see if I did
It's
agree
called
with them.
Friendsgiving, The Holiday. These are movies nobody saw.
Are these Hallmark movies?
I guess.
Okay, I'll bet you Hallmark is the more cornered on.
The Vanished. I mean, none of these are Alice's Restaurant. They made a movie. That's disgusting. Knives Out. None of these are classic holiday movies based upon Thanksgiving. To your point, none of them are. I can't see.
I wonder if they're just not thankful. These people just aren't thankful, and so they don't want to make any movie. It's tough because
they say the blind sides of Thanksgiving because there's a Thanksgiving. Because one of the scenes in the movie is a Thanksgiving dinner does not make it a Thanksgiving movie.
No, they're wrong. You're wrong. That actually qualifies.
Number 7 on this list is called The Pilgrims. It's a PBS film.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like they're reaching. If number 7, we're already going to PBS historical
PBS,
dramas.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Garfield Thanksgiving made the top 20.
But you are wrong. If there is a Thanksgiving scene, it does technically because that Die Hard, right?
Well, Die Hard's a Christmas movie because it's a Christmas party.
You're right. It's a bigger part of it than just one scene.
Right, exactly.
The entire thing is centered around
there's a
him coming
tree
back
in the
for
lobby.
Christmas.
They're all there. It's the holiday party. He comes to reunite the family for the holidays.
See, even in a discussion about Thanksgiving movies, we can't help but talk about Christmas movies because they're just infinitely better to choose from. They're higher quality. Thanksgiving is the B leagues. It's the D leagues of the holiday
movies. It's the release date, really. It's the weekend of movie launching.
It is
for Christmas films.
For the holiday movie
at
season.
all. Wicked comes out or just came out.
Right.
It's like the James Bond release time.
Yeah, you're right. It's a big Hollywood milepost for big movie releases. You're right. Son-in-Law remember Son-in-Law? Pauly Shore. Right. They go home to the.
That's a problem.
That's
though. We're going back 30 years. Yeah. We came up with Robert Downey Jr. from the 80s. We came up with Son-in-Law from the 90s, and we came up with Planes, Trains from
automobiles from the 80s.
From the 80s or maybe early 90s, maybe, and then a PBS.
Well, I tell you how they've got Miracle on 34th Street as a Thanksgiving movie.
Well, that list then
because it starts. The first scene is the Thanksgiving Day parade where she meets.
The dumbest list I've ever seen in my life. Dumbest ever. Dumbest list ever.
Yeah. So you're right. There are no good things.
You guys should write it. I'm seeing a market opportunity here.
It's really hard. Okay. I'd rather just complain about their movies.
We'll call it Shut Up and Eat. How to get along with your family at the holidays.
Speaking of Christmas, we have a great guest coming up. We have Teresa Meese from the Tulalip Holiday Lights up in at the Tulalip Reservation. Unbelievable. You're going to want to hear this. She's going to be great. Stick around. Be right back.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
I had pain, I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for the more than 6,000 youth and young adults in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO News Radio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
Is leaking and rats are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. President Trump says he's hopeful for an agreement to end the war in Ukraine.
I think we're getting very close to a deal. We'll find out.
Linda Kenyon reports.
In a post on social media, President Trump said the 28-point peace plan drafted by the U.S. has been fine-tuned. He added he has directed Special Envoy Steve Witkoff to meet with Russian President Putin in Moscow. At the same time, Secretary of the Army Dan Driscoll will meet with the Ukrainians. The president said he hopes to meet with Ukraine's President Zelensky and President Putin when the deal is final or in its final stages.
The FBI is seeking interviews with some Democrats in Congress, as Scott McFarland reports.
Multiple sources tell CBS News the FBI has notified 6 Democratic members of Congress that they're the subject of an inquiry over a video they made last week in which they urged U.S. service members that they don't have to follow unlawful orders. Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin is one of the 6 and said today this is a weaponization of the federal government against perceived adversaries of President Trump.
Millions of Americans already traveling to their Thanksgiving destination. So far, there have been no major delays. CBS's Chris Van Cleve is checking the travel and weather conditions nationwide.
The FAA is watching for delays in the Atlanta area as well as the Washington, D.C. area up through New York. Also the potential for snow as we get further into today in the Minneapolis area. Those are all hubs for airlines, so potential disruptions there.
Brazil's former president's beginning his 27-year prison sentence for leading a coup attempt. Mimi Swaby of the BBC reports.
Brazil's Supreme Court has said the former right-wing leader can no longer appeal his conviction, and he will now start his almost 3-decade-long sentence in a federal police station in the capital, Brasilia. Mr. Bolsonaro is already in custody after he was deemed a flight risk and transferred from house arrest on Saturday. He'd blamed hallucinations and a nervous breakdown for an attempt to prise open his ankle monitor.
The former president and several allies were convicted of attempting to overthrow Brazil's democracy following his 2022 election defeat. For the second time in a week, federal agents believed to be carrying out immigration raids in St. Paul, Minnesota, were met with protesters.
The people united will never be defeated.
A review council appointed by President Trump to propose reforms to FEMA will reveal its recommendations next month. Trump has repeatedly said he wants to shift more of the cost burden for disaster response and recovery to state and local governments, if not eliminate FEMA altogether. On Wall Street today, stocks finished higher, the Dow up 664. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive. See why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive to stay protected on the road. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
Coming up, a promising update on that leaky pipeline near Everett. That's after Nate Connors at the Real-Time Traffic Desk.
Thanks, Aaron. Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees in Tacoma has our update. Well, we're getting a jump on that afternoon backup already, getting heavy on most of our main routes. Heading into Seattle, South 5 already thick from Northgate down to I-90. Linwood to Seattle's at a half hour. That's down, actually, from 40 minutes on our last report. North 5, looks like we've got a new collision just before the West Seattle Bridge. Traffic is jammed up at the north end of Boeing Field, and that continues in the downtown. Our lake bridges are wide open. Bellevue to South Center, a half hour. You're crowded from South Bellevue into Renton, and now we're having building volumes in South Center. Down at the county line, both directions of I-5 are heavy between State Route 18 and Fife. South 5, that's a typical backup. North 5, mostly drivers avoiding the Valley Freeway, where we're down to a single lane northbound through Pacific. And if you're heading cross state, Highway 2 is shut down right now from an earlier head-on collision near milepost 72, where we have winter conditions up there. This is about 7 miles east of the summit. No estimated time to reopen, and there is no detour. Trees that twinkle, Santa smiles, and stuff of holiday dreams. Join Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees this weekend only in Tacoma. Don't miss it. Details at festivaloftrestacoma.org. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Some relief for airlines at SeaTac Airport as their main source of jet fuel comes back online. KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon says Alaska and Delta are resuming normal operations as the Olympic pipeline partially restarts.
BP says it has now found the exact source of the leak. It's in a 20-inch pipe east of Everett. There are 2 pipes in that area. The other is 16 inches, and fuel is now able to flow through it.
BP says crews are still working on a repair plan for that leaky pipe. TSA predicts 18 million passengers nationwide will travel during the Thanksgiving holiday this week. As KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports, 73 million more will hit the highways.
Smooth sailing for now, but travelers like Cody not looking forward to Sunday, the projected busiest travel day this holiday at SeaTac.
The best thing is visiting family and friends.
900,000 travelers are expected through SeaTac this week. For drivers, a record number on the roads. I-5 North from Seattle to Bellingham will be the most congested highway in the state this week. At SeaTac, Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
WashDOT is suing the contractor on the 405 widening project between Bellevue and Renton. The department's Lisa Hodgson says that project is well behind schedule.
We've been looking at the progress that we made over the summer and really looking at the work that's ahead of us. And at this time, we're forecasting that our project will be complete in summer 2027.
It was supposed to be completed this year. WashDOT says work crews failed to meet that deadline. We have reached out to the contractor for comments, but have not yet heard back. Looking to give back this holiday season, KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay tells us about the Light the World Giving Machine.
These special machines were unveiled at Alderwood Mall in Linwood and South Hill Mall in Puyallup. That's where Tacoma Mayor Victoria Woodards cut the ribbon. She also made the first donation, a pair of tennis shoes.
Families need to feel that love. This is a great opportunity for the community to support these families.
These machines will allow you to donate items like food, educational support, even livestock to charities across the region and beyond through New Year's Day. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
And your weather update now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing rain this afternoon, heavy mountain snow at times, winter weather advisory for elevations above 2,000 feet. That runs until 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Right now, 45 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Spike, I've been looking forward to this interview all week, which is only one day, I know, but I'm very excited about it. Teresa Meese joins us right now. She's the operations director for Quilceda Village. She's the magic behind the Tulalip Lights and Ice. Teresa, thank you so much for making the time.
Oh, thanks for having me again this year.
I know. We got to connect with you last year and talk about some of the magic that you guys have going on up there and all the lights. How is the season going so far?
We had our tree lighting ceremony on Saturday, and it was packed. Probably 4 times as many as last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if people don't know this, if they haven't had a chance to get up there, if you go up to Tulalip Casino and you walk around, this is not a paid advertisement. This is just a thing that we do with our family. So I thought it would be fun for people to also know about it.
Wasn't crowded enough for you last year. You want to double and triple that crowd.
You know what it says? It says that we have people listening
That's
and
good.
they're going and taking our advice, which is great. So one of the cool things that you can do, because I have 4 kids and we're always looking for cost-effective ways to celebrate the holidays and things. And we have gotten this tradition going now of heading up there and walking around your light display, which is really unbelievable. You guys have millions and millions of lights set up on these. How many lights do you have, by the way, this year?
So you know what? We started out with this our 4th year. We started out last year with the first year with 3 million. Then we went to 6 million, and then last year we had 8 million, and this year we have topped it off with 9.7 million lights.
Holy smokes! Okay,
Yes.
if people can't imagine what 9.7 million lights looks like, it is. You walk around every square inch of every tree, every bush, every rock. Everything but the water in the fountains is covered in lights. And how long does that process take? Like, how do you guys even do that?
You know what? It takes about 15 to 20 people. They start the first week in September, where they go into the storage and units because we keep everything over the year. And it takes them a week or 2 to get everything sorted out, and then they're out there.
It's like that scene in Christmas Vacation where he hands his son the ball of lights. Remember? Little knot in that one. You get it out.
Is it, and as the maintenance of it, I mean, you get a light go out, it matters. And I don't know how you guys do it, but it's constantly maintaining and updating throughout the course of the entire season. You got a full crew the whole time?
Well, so the owner, Patrick Walker, he is on site. I don't think he sleeps. I don't think he's been to bed yet.
Yeah.
But he is there for all those first problems. And we have 2 people on site the entire time. Every time a tree goes out, because maybe someone has stepped on a cord and pulled it apart, they notice it, rush over there. It's constant.
Nice. Because that experience for every single visitor, it's magic. And you can't have a down moment for these lights.
So when does the lights already kicked off? You said you already had the tree lighting. People can go up there and they can do this now, but you guys also have you got like Santa, you got ice skating, and did I see Buddy the Elf is up there too?
It starts this Friday officially, right? The Lights and Ice.
It does. It starts on Black Friday.
Perfect.
And we're right next to the Sale Frame outlets, so it gets really busy, but it is so much fun. I still encourage people to come. Santa starts at 8 p.m. on Friday, and he is here, Santa and Miss Claus, we can't forget her, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 4 to 8 p.m. Until Sunday, December 21st.
So it's Santa and Mrs. Claus Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you want to see Buddy the Elf, he's there on Fridays, and the Grinch is there on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yes,
and the Clauses are there all weekend long, every weekend.
Teresa, you mentioned that the teams start putting the lights up in September, which again would be hot weather, which is kind of crazy. Where are you said you're storing these in storage units? All the lights are in storage units. Like how much space is this taking up? 9.7 million lights. Where do you even acquire 9.7 million lights?
Over a period of time, but yes, they're commercial grade, and we have 4 40-foot conics sitting on one of our properties that house everything, including all the spider boxes and generators that we also have.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that. Like, how do you power all these lights?
Well, you know what? I asked him, I said, they're going to want to know a man thing. So he said, tell them that the display is pulling 2,000 amps of power at 220 volts AC.
Whoa.
Is a lot.
That is a lot.
And the ice, you got ice rinks, real ice, right? Not plastic?
Real ice.
Thank you for that.
That's fantastic.
It's all up and running, and it's packed every night, even during the weekday. Last night had lots of people there. Yes.
Well, this has been a fun thing that my family has done for a few years now. So I think we're planning on going out there this weekend. So just thank you guys for doing this, making it affordable for people to get out there with kids.
Yeah, speaking of affordable, you, of course, if you want to eat, that costs. If you want to skate, there's a price for skating, but everything else is no charge. Come up and enjoy.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Absolutely. We have a lot. This year, we have over 25 food vendors that are tribal members, and you can come get things from like res nuts, that tornado potatoes. So it's like going to a carnival there. All kinds of choices, from fry bread, from Margie's, yes, Scapa barbecue, Stella's sweets, corn dogs, nachos, custom seafood boils. It's amazing.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, Teresa Meese with the Tulalip. She's the magic behind Tulalip Lights and Ice, operations director there at Quilceda Village. Thank you guys so much for making the time and for doing this every year. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll see you up there, Teresa.
Okay, thanks.
All right, bye-bye. Isn't that fantastic? It's so much fun.
It's what we used. That's what Christmas is. Used to have these places to go and experiences to have and things that you must see. Holiday tradition must see.
What are some of the things that you and usually kick them off like the after Thanksgiving?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you guys do? Like, what did you guys do? Especially when you had young kids.
We used to be downtown for the windows. The store windows, right?
Yeah.
Downtown at Nordstrom, or it was the Bond, had the star lighting at the Bond, the tree at Westlake, those kind of things. When mine were little, you go down, you see when I was a kid in Baltimore, it was straight out of A Christmas Story. They put the trains in the window.
Like was it Higbee's?
Higbee's,
Is that the name of the shop?
in the movie.
Higbee's.
Yes, we had Hochul Cone was the big one, and they would bring in penguins. Real penguins for the Christmas season.
That's so fun.
And you had the Christmas Village and all the toys on display there in the window, but Santa was right there. And I know that the Tulalip Lights and Ice they have Mr. and Mrs. Claus will be up there.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
But did you know that they moved Santa off of
in Seattle
downtown? Yeah, at the Nordstrom.
Was it the Pine Street? Is that what they said it was? I don't remember the name of the street. It was the Nordstrom Santa.
It's the Nordstrom Santa, and they would build I think it's Pike. I could be wrong.
He used to be in a window display where people could actually see him walking by the street. You wait by the street to get in.
And you could see the children giving their list to Santa, tell him what they want for Christmas.
He's not gone, right? They moved that inside?
Yeah, they moved him inside.
And you have a problem with that?
Well, no, I don't have a problem with that. I think it's heartbreaking because for a while they had him in the store windows, and they built like almost like a solarium, like a glass house, if you will.
Sure.
Right
like
there
a North Pole.
Right there on the sidewalk. Yeah, and people could come and have their traditional photos with Santa. And it's Christmas tradition. My wife did it as a little kid in Seattle.
She did it at that Santa?
We did it. Yes, we did it with our kids downtown. And I think it's because of the climate of what downtown looks like these days.
Oh, you think they moved him in? They said, we don't want people.
I think that's the case. It's hard to have your families waiting in line outside, blah, blah, blah. When you have so many problems, the city's trying to address these problems, and I get it. And we'll see how the cleanup and the recovery goes for downtown Seattle, but it's gotten to the point now where Santa's got to move indoors.
Santa doesn't want to get robbed.
Well, they
I'm just kidding.
Knocking Santa over, Okay,
you know what else is a good place to go for Christmas stuff? Did you see this? SeattleRed.com has this story. Leavenworth, Washington, which everybody knows and loves. Everybody loves Leavenworth.
Oh, yeah.
They ranked in the 2025 Christmas Cities Roundup, apparently. Leavenworth has ranked second in the nation as the second best place for people to go and have that full-on
Christmas experience.
Do you think that's deserved?
I think it should be number one. I'd like to know what beat them. What beat them?
Let's see. This they placed just behind Helen, Georgia, which apparently has a bunch of holiday stuff as well.
I'm
People
sure
go to
they
Helen,
probably
Georgia.
deck those halls and ho 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 and the whole.
I would
nine.
think of Georgia as like a super Christmassy. I mean, like literally, Leavenworth is a Bavarian styled town.
If it didn't snow, they bring the snow in. They bring snow in and cover that whole downtown square with snow.
Do they bring it in?
When they have to, I've seen the years they have trucked it in. Because they're so close to the
Do they have
passes.
snow machines? They don't have snow machines?
They go up to the passes where the snow machines are,
Oh, okay.
and they truck in snow, and they put a bed of snow down.
Oh, okay.
Because you can sled down that little hill with the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Right down there by the gazebo where there's always a band playing Christmas music.
We
The
sit
town's
there-
got lights out the wazoo.
We sit there and we watch as people fall on that hill.
On that hill?
Because you can just watch them,
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. But nobody gets hurt. We don't want anybody to get hurt.
No, of course not. But it's Leavenworth is magic. If you haven't done Leavenworth at Christmas, what are you doing here? You're wasting. Why are you even in the Pacific Northwest if you haven't done at least one trip to see a night with the lights and they light the tree every night? They have a tree lighting moment every night.
Do you know the history of Leavenworth? Like, do you know the history of how Leavenworth became Leavenworth?
I don't.
Have you looked into that? It's fascinating.
How it was.
It was kind of a dying town because it's
Okay.
out in the middle of nowhere.
It's off the beaten track, yeah.
And somebody had a bright idea. They said, "What if we try to entice people to come here?" They're looking around. It's beautiful. You're in the mountains.
It's the icicles. Is that the mountains there? Right? That's what they call those icicles.
Yep, you got all the beautiful mountains. It looks Bavarian. So somebody was like, "Hey, you know what we should do?
How about we?
What if we decorate the buildings to look like we are in a Bavarian town? Give people a reason to come here. Otherwise, they're just kind of like a little Western town or something.
Right.
There's like almost no draw to it. They do that, and now it's one of the most visited tourist sites easily in the state. But it's quickly climbing nationally. Now it's getting nationally ranked.
Was it always named Leavenworth? Was that also a marketing thing? Was it elk snot at some point or some?
That's a great question. I never looked if it was named something. I always just assumed it was always
Was it
Leavenworth.
Colonel Leavenworth who first settled there? Rode the mighty Leavenworth River or whatever. That's the Wenatchee River. I think
Laura,
it's
has Leavenworth
bridge.
always been Leavenworth? Can you look up and see if it had a different name originally at some point? That would be fun to find out.
I love. I've asked you this before, and you guys haven't done the Christmas train yet from Seattle.
Nah, how long is it?
It's almost a 2-hour journey by the time you.
It's a long time on a train with
with the little ones. Yeah,
that's not fun.
It's pretty much always been Leavenworth. It was Icicle Flats in 1885, but then they renamed it Leavenworth in 1893.
Okay, so it wasn't some Madison Avenue decision.
No. It wasn't like Yelm, which is like not a super exciting name.
That's got to be
nice little town. Don't take anything away
sure.
from Yelm,
Great
but
jerky.
I think they could work on that name a little bit.
Icicle Flats. I guess it was the flat part between the hills.
Icicle Creek.
I mean, there was like Gold Bar on the way up there. They were
yeah.
just naming stuff.
Gold Bars,
off
at
what
least.
They saw.
They found gold bars, actually.
Gold
That's why
Bar
they're
at
called-
least is a draw. You don't understand why people want to go to Gold
flat
Bar.
icicles.
Sure.
Flat icicles.
Although I don't think of Gold Bar as like a town with a ton of gold in it.
No, and there's no Sultans in Sultan. I was so disappointed. First
What's
time
an
I went to
index?
Sultan.
I don't know. Index?
I don't know.
So Leavenworth is ranked number 2. That's pretty exciting. People love Leavenworth.
You should definitely do it.
We will maybe when the kids are older.
Well,
the Christmas train it's so long to sit on a train.
Yeah.
The first 20 minutes, great. You give a little hot chocolate. You look out the
True.
sights.
With the kids, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
But have you ever ridden a train with a toddler?
No.
Disaster. Disaster. Do you know how long that feels? 2 hours is a month.
Might as well be a month. Yeah, like you say.
No, thank you. Laura, do we have audio? I'm looking for it here. The audio of those kids in Scotland that went viral. Do we have that yet somewhere?
Ooh, not yet. I had that.
Can you just play that from your computer?
Yep, let me grab it.
There was these kids, and we're going to play this audio. This is probably one of the most adorable things I've ever seen. This is what you hope your kids are doing. When your kids leave the house and they're running around with their little gang of friends, you're hoping that they're actually doing nice things. So imagine this. You have a lady who's in her house. Actually, I don't even think she was in her house. Her Ring camera recorded this. Mm-hmm. But these kids are going around. They're like kind of like knocking on doors, ding-donging. And you're thinking like, okay, these kids are ding-dong ditching.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're, ne'er-do-wells of some sort. We had that horrible story earlier of those kids who got caught spray painting, graffitiing, punched the old guy, assaulted him. But these kids who probably are about 10, maybe 11, 12, They ride up on their bike. They're in Scotland. They ride up on their bike. They go up to a ring cam and they ring on the doorbell. And you're thinking, if you're not home, you're like, oh man, these kids are going to rob me. They're going to egg my house.
Yeah.
Something. And then this ends up happening. If we can play this audio here, this is pretty great.
Oh, no, it's work. You can tell it's work.
We can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, I gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Excuse me, this is to get you in the Christmas spirit. Bye, love you.
Isn't
that's awesome.
Oh yeah, there's a video.
Now give us some tweets about gracias.
Isn't that like the sweetest thing
beautiful.
ever? Can you imagine if you heard your kids had been messing with the neighbor's house and they're just singing Christmas carols?
You ever go caroling?
Heck no.
Really? You've never gone caroling?
I've gone caroling.
Okay.
My parents made us go caroling when I was a kid.
Made you?
Yeah.
Have you made your kids yet?
No.
Are you going to make your kids?
I should make
you
my kids
definitely
do it.
should, man.
Do you Christmas carol?
I haven't.
You're a singer. You like to. You sing in public.
We went. It was maybe 3 years ago. I think we were down in the Southwest for Christmas.
Yeah.
With Melissa's side of the family, and we went to about five different houses. I want to say in different neighborhoods. I should say. We stopped. And we caroled a little bit.
You dress up in tradition?
No. We didn't do
garb?
Dickensian garb.
You didn't do
with
that?
the top hats and the scarves and the long coats. No, we just went there and sang some songs.
Did you get warm welcomes? Do
Yes.
people generally want you on their?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could not believe how people, and it was just people were almost with a tear in their eye.
Why?
Because it was nobody does this anymore. Nobody cares enough anymore to actually do this stuff. It's a
maybe they were crying so you'd leave. I would feel obligated.
Maybe it was
the
singing.
If somebody showed up on my doorstep singing, I would feel like you got to pay them. And I mean, it's a nice compliment. Somebody shows up. It's a kindness. They're doing you a kindness.
They are. Yeah, they're spreading cheer.
They're
and
spreading joy. And I would much rather it from like adorable little kids. So if adults are coming and doing it, you're kind of like.
We had a couple kids. We shoved a couple kids up front.
Got to get the
to
kids
soften
up front.
the blow.
Yes, get the kids up front. That's a smart move.
Yeah.
We should have you go around Christmas caroling around the office. We could film it. You could just go sing at people.
To various. I can't be alone. I got a couple. You got to be at least three. Got to be at least three carolers.
Well, let's
Otherwise
see. We
it's
can get
weird.
you and Laura and Ian can
Yeah,
go.
look at he's already shaking his head. Yes, look
I
at
won't
him.
be here.
Ian
Oh, look
looks
at him.
like
He's
a singer.
yeah, you're so modest.
Yeah, he'd be great. We'll just send Ian around singing.
And film it. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
we got to
we'll do
get
it.
costumes though.
We'll do it, folks.
Got to get the Dickensian, the scarves.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Everybody dresses like
Great.
Tiny Tim. Be great. Not the singer Tiny Tim. Yeah, no. That's how I think of the carolers. Creepy Tiny Tim. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Be right back.
Guys, tired all the time, gaining weight, low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is making it easier to get answers with a comprehensive wellness panel. It's not just a lab test, it's where better performance begins. Our providers will check your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. A $400 value for just $99, or free if you start treatment. Over 120,000 men have trusted Revive to restore their energy, mood, and confidence. So if you're ready to feel better and live stronger, call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Offer ends November 30th. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Whatever temperatures this winter brings, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help. Your dealer is committed to achieving a high level of training and skills, backed by outstanding products from one of the industry's most trusted names, Bryant. Whether you need a quick fix or an entirely new heating system, your local Bryant dealer will do whatever it takes for your family's comfort.
Schedule an appointment today. Visit BryantNorthwest.com for a dealer near you. Bryant, whatever it takes.
The holidays are here and we all want to celebrate in style, but sometimes stubborn fat and loose skin keeps us from looking and feeling our best. Stacey Rost here. Imagine a simple one-day solution. Introducing ProSculpt, the treatment everyone is talking about. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe, gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while you're fully awake. ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas, your waistline, face, neck, arms, and thighs. Avoid wasting time and money on gimmicky lasers or fat-freezing methods. ProSculpt is one and done. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat, tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. Celebrate the holidays and get yourself a gift with a free consultation and get $250 off. Schedule at ProSculpt.com for powerful, permanent fat removal and skin tightening. It's ProSculpt.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. Our local tax expert Greg Nunn wants taxpayers to know the IRS is now going after older cases very aggressively. If you received Form CP-504 from the IRS, do not ignore it. Be proactive and resolve your situation with Greg Nunn, N-U-N-N, None Better Tax Resolution.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope, included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
83, or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
Draining again.
How can you...
Apollo Plumbers are that good.
83, or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
83, or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Feeling cold? Your windows may be the issue. Choose Lake Washington Windows and Doors for 25% better energy efficiency and up to 30% energy bill savings. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Snow is starting to pile up on mountain passes on this busy travel day. Matthew Cullen with the National Weather Service on how much could accumulate.
On the order of about 8 inches of snow is the expectation, and that's all the way through today and through the early part of tomorrow morning. We do have that winter weather advisory in effect.
And a crash east of Stevens Pass Summit has a stretch of Highway 2 now closed. More on that in a moment from the traffic desk. Meantime, freezing rain could also come down on the passes later tonight. That winter weather advisory continuing through 4 a.m. tomorrow. Washington is among 20 states suing over new requirements to receive federal funding for permanent housing. Attorney General Nick Brown says people who stay in shelters will now need to meet new work, treatments, and other requirements.
They've also added new bureaucratic hurdles that have nothing to do with challenges that we are facing in housing and homelessness, such as adding a requirement that providers only acknowledge 2 genders.
Trump administration says the changes will restore accountability and encourage homeless people to become self-sufficient. A dirt biker who fell nearly 200 feet down a cliff east of Wilkeson says he is lucky to be alive. KIRO 7 TV's Samantha Lamibao has more.
Anthony Harris took one wrong step last Friday and the ground disappeared.
Within a moment's notice, I was flying down this cliff. I had no way to grab anything. There was nothing to brace onto, so I was just going down.
He'd just hopped off his dirt bike near Mount Rainier. Helmet off, taking in the view. Body cam video showing his friend alerting authorities. Search and rescue rigged high-angle ropes to pull him up the hillside.
Harris says he spent a few days in the hospital recovering from fractures in his face. An invasive species of crab is spreading in Washington. Researchers at UW say they recently trapped 12 European green crabs along Skagit Bay near Deception Pass. It's the first time they were spotted in that area. The crabs threaten shellfish and ecosystems. Officials say detections are rising statewide. At 2:33 now, we head to the real-time traffic desk with Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. Let's start you with that traffic alert on Highway 2 that Aaron was talking about. It's an earlier head-on collision that has both directions of Highway 2 closed near milepost 72, where we have winter conditions. This is about 7 miles east of Stevens Pass Summit. No estimated time to reopen and no detour. We're a couple hours into this already. So that leaves Snoqualmie and White Passes as your cross-state passes right now, and both are reporting rain and snow mix. Traction tires advised. Oversized vehicles prohibited. Up in Everett, eastbound 526, you're bumper to bumper leaving the Boeing plant over to I-5, and now North 5 is crowded from the Boeing freeway up to Highway 2. You catch a little break, and then again crowded from Union Slough into Marysville. All added up together, Everett to Marysville, still looking good at 10 minutes. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are taking 40 to 45 minutes. Linwood to Seattle, 35 minutes. We're already jam-packed from Northgate to I-90. Linwood to Bellevue, 25 minutes. A little crowding up there in Canyon Park in Bothell. Seattle to Federal Way, 40 minutes with your typical backup starting at the Duwamish Curve. And Tacoma to Olympia, give yourself 50 minutes. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We will see increasing rain as the day goes on, along with mountain snow. Again, that winter weather advisory in effect until 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. There's also a chance for freezing rain to develop along the passes later tonight. Right now, looking at 46 degrees in downtown Seattle, I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, Saba, I know. Don't quit looking at me like that.
Hey, Spike, is
What
this
do I look for?
Spike? Is this the Bee Gees?
No.
Gimme.
Gimme. A man
This
after
is
midnight.
This is my Christmas decorating music.
Seriously?
We decorate the
I know.
tree listening to Abba Gold every year.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, one of those aluminum silver trees. One of
It's
those.
got good music choice.
Disco tree.
Something like that.
Do you guys? We'll get into something else here in just a second. But do you guys ever decorate with tinsel?
No.
Whatever happened to tinsel?
We found that it was toxic.
It's gone now.
It's not good.
I did it last year on my tree. It was gorgeous. Then I looked up what it would cost to have it removed from my cat's stomach. And I will not be doing a tinsel tree again this year.
Because traditional tinsel is actually metal, right? It's like little pieces of.
I just got it at Target. It was like $3. It was
like
definitely plastic.
It's like a plastic. Yeah. But it used to be.
It used to be metal.
I think tinsel wasn't it metal shavings and
Was it
wasn't
tin?
Wasn't it?
I don't.
It had like lead in it or something.
It was toxic.
Why it was toxic? Look up why they got rid of tinsel. I'd be interested in that because I like the look of it.
Ooh, shredded silver
Shredded silver. Yeah.
with lead.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yes. Anyway,
We didn't know. We were crazy for the holidays.
times were different back then.
Times were tough.
Yeah.
We had little asbestos balls that fell from our tree. It was fabulous. I'm not kidding you.
We thought that was just like the flocking. They call it flocking.
We had,
but that's asbestos.
I know we did a lot of Christmas, and I apologize. This is the holiday season.
Whatever,
My
it's
grandparents had a tree that snowed on itself. It wasn't really asbestos. It was like those balls, those little round balls inside of a beanbag chair. Okay.
Yeah.
Now imagine a tree with a bowl basin. The tree stand itself was a big cardboard bowl, and it had a pipe that went up the center.
Like a fountain?
Yes, the center of the pipe went up the center of the tree, and the angel on top's skirt These pellets would be sucked up with a blow mower, like a leaf blower type mower, would be sucked up through the tube inside the tree and fall cascading. The tree would snow on itself.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It was unbelievable. And you would find those things in August.
Yeah,
the following year. Those little pellets of and those weren't safe.
Probably not.
We'd be slinging lead-based tinsel all over it, raining down asbestos popcorn from the skies.
That's insane.
It was magic.
What a cool invention, though.
It was, yeah.
They don't do stuff like that anymore.
They don't do it.
Remember those candles that had bubbles in them?
Yes,
like
they would bubble up in the tree. Yeah,
they probably still
flickering
have
flames.
some version of that, but
you can find vintage old stuff like that. And I wish they would make remakes, modern, safe remakes
safe
of those
versions,
things.
but they just don't do that anymore. Speaking of things that aren't going well, you want to talk about the Raiders for a second?
Oh,
I gotta say, this is kind of a semi-local story, just because we're watching these guys with a. I kind of watch the Raiders from a distance with a sense of relief. I go, oh my gosh, what could have been?
No kidding.
Because the Seahawks originally tried to hold on to Geno, right? Didn't they make him a pretty genuine, like good offer? Like wasn't that $26 million?
I think so. He didn't want to sign here.
He wanted greener pastures, so he leaves.
Green from monetarily greener. Yeah.
That guy's contract. I had no idea how much money he was making this year. $40 million.
Yeah.
$40 million. The Raiders are 2-9 right now. That could be the Seahawks. Now, what's the cause of that, do you think? It's not his. He's a very talented guy.
What's going wrong in Vegas?
What's happening in Vegas? What's going on in Vegas? And now he's in the news. There's a video. There's like a video of him apparently having it out with fans.
Oh, there's more. So yeah, there's calls for suspension.
Like Raiders fans and Geno not getting along.
Well, as they lose to the Browns last week and they fall to 2-9, right? Geno's making I think nearly $70 million for 2 years, $75 million for 2 years, guaranteed.
Crazy.
Guaranteed $58 million to sign for the Raiders under Pete because Pete has faith in Geno. Mm-hmm. Pete's loyal to his players. He always has been. Geno, as they fall to 2-9, is getting booed off the field in Vegas, and there's video of him flipping off the fans as he makes his way after yet another loss.
Not a good look.
Into the tunnel. And you said there was a press conference of him, and
I saw a press conference, and he was up there, and he
being
was
smarmy and smug.
He said something like, "Hey, if something happens on the field, blame me." I think that's the right approach. Like a quarterback,
sure,
you're making the most money. You're the captain of that team.
It's my team, yeah,
100%. And then he takes it to a different level. He's like, if your kids are late to school, blame me. If you get stuck in traffic, blame me. And as I'm listening to this, I'm thinking to myself, like, this kind of sounds whiny.
Oh, you kind of?
That sounds like a guy who's not handling this well.
Self-pity?
Yeah, it felt like self-pity. And
nobody appreciates me and my 2-9 record.
Well,
my
he wasn't
leading interception. Or
he
whatever.
wasn't 2-9 at the time, but he wasn't doing well.
At that point, well, yeah.
He wasn't doing this. It is recently, but I don't think he wasn't 2-9.
I was 2-7. Part.
Yeah, it might have been 2-7. They were on their way to 2-9. But the point is, like, you want a guy who's going to say, hey, you know what? We're obviously it's not working right now. That's on me. We're going to figure out how to get this team turned around, give the Raiders fans what they expect, which is not a 2-9 season.
No.
And then I saw another news story about a guy who said some not nice things to Geno Smith. They found him in the stadium, and he gets a ticket, and he gets fined. And they say, hey, you know what? Don't make us come back here, but we're giving you a fine for...
Was he screaming profanities from the seats?
He may have said the F word.
I got no problem with that. I mean,
but Raiders fans traditionally are
they call it the black hole, right?
Yes.
Raider fans were notorious.
Didn't somebody get shanked there? I mean, not even joking.
I'm sure.
They were a dangerous group. They all dress as like...
They dress like pirates or whatever.
Post-apocalyptic demons or something. Chains and spikes.
I went to a Raider game with the Seahawks as a guest of the team. We gave away a couple... I was working at a different radio station at the time, and we gave away tickets to go see the Hawks on the road. We did features with the Seahawks on a weekly basis. And they gave away us, and my wife and I and two winners got to go to the game with the Seahawks.
Sweet.
We traveled like on the Seahawk bus, not the players, but the staff.
Sure.
The support staff and the office folks. And they told us going into the game, do not wear your blue and green into that stadium. This was the old stadium in Oakland. Do not wear your blue and green. We cannot guarantee your safety. These are the meanest fans in the NFL. I'm like, okay. And now
now they're in Vegas. And you say something nasty to get a ticket.
You can't scream profanities to the players. I got no problem with that. I think you should be respectful in a game. I understand it's the NFL.
I agree with the profanity thing, because there's other fans. You're ruining the experience for other fans.
Yeah.
But your quarterback should not be flipping off fans.
No. And there's calls to void his contract.
Is that possible?
I don't know. They're talking about it. So this guy is not representative of the team. The fans deserve better. And when you flip off to
there is like a detrimental to the team type of conduct that he may have crossed the line. That's what they're saying?
That's what they're going to look into. There's calls for it. We'll see if there's any chance at it. Depends on how good Gino's agent is. What kind of bulletproof deal did he get him?
$40 million this season. He must be pretty good.
Pretty damn good.
He must be pretty good. All right. We got text messages coming up next. Stick around.
I got to tell you something, Nick. I have really noticed a difference in your energy level since you started going to the Longevity Medical Clinic.
And you know why?
Why?
Because they actually balanced my hormone levels. And when they do that, the largest change I noticed was that now I could sleep.
And then not only get more sleep, to just get more energy, right?
Right. So that all of a sudden that resulted in me, I started running again and doing all these things that I felt so fatigued throughout the day that I couldn't do anymore.
Okay, so at this point, do you want to apologize to me? Because I was always saying to you, every time you say, I don't sleep, I don't feel well, I feel kind of off, I go, well, you need to get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. And you're always like, blah, 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 blah.
I know. But now it's turned into something fun that we get to go in together.
So I need to hear, you were right.
You were right.
You were right. I should have gone to Longevity Medical Clinic.
I should have.
There we go. Fine.
Yes.
You know the right thing to do. Get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. Take the free health analysis at lmclinic.com.
This weekend only, the magic of the season comes alive at Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees. The University of Puget Sound Tennis Pavilion transforms into a sparkling winter wonderland. Snap a photo with Santa, shop for unique holiday gifts, and marvel at more than 25 beautifully decorated trees. Bring a teddy bear, Play-Doh, or a Matchbox card to brighten a child's hospital stay. Don't miss the holiday tradition that gives back. This weekend only. Visit festivalofTreesTacoma.org.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts, or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
The real estate market is picking up and you want to sell with the best. You need to work with the Novak team. Mike Novak guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If not, he'll sell it for free. Go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell it for you. Meet the Novaks Novaks.com.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Do the holiday parties, tailgating, and family get-togethers have your liver working overtime? Let Active Liver help give your liver some relief at Amazon or VitaCost, CVS, Meijer Grocery, or ShopRite.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
One day, the words on the page blur. You hold the menu a little farther away. It's subtle until it's not. At Near and Far Vision Partners, we help you see clearly, near, far, and in between. Expert surgeons, advanced technology, sharper focus for every moment. Schedule your complimentary consultation at nearandfarvision.com or call 425-900-2414. Near and Far Vision Partners in Bothell.
All right, we're going to get to text messages just a second, but Spike, I'm gone tomorrow.
You are.
I'm on Thanksgiving, taking the day off tomorrow to celebrate Thanksgiving, get ready for the holiday. Basically, my kids are off school all week, and my wife's like, you got to get home. I cannot be with these kids all week.
You got to get
by
4
myself.
kids ready to go see family.
Yes.
That itself is an all-day dressing circus.
All day.
I don't envy. I remember it, and I don't envy you a bit.
Can I take a second? Can we be thankful today?
Of course, always.
I want a couple things I'm thankful for, and I'd love to hear what you're thankful for too. Number one, it is so much fun to do this show. I have genuinely enjoyed these, especially I feel like you and I are kind of hitting a groove, and we're getting to know each other really well. We've been able to spend some time together outside of work, and now we get to. I just look forward every day to getting the opportunity to come in here, hang out with the audience, hang out with you and Laura, and just genuinely have a good time discussing. It could be a tough political story like like drug paraphernalia handing out. Yeah. It could be something stupid like talking about how bad the Raiders are and kind of quietly gloating that we don't have those guys on our team.
That's what I'm thankful for.
That's what we're thankful for. But I have a great time doing the show with you guys, and just want to thank the audience for giving us this opportunity to do this, because we could not do it without you guys listening. And we're very grateful for you guys, and also my family. I'm such a blessed, lucky man to get to have the family that I do, and I thank God every day for them. Yeah. And so I want to express those things out loud. And what are you thankful for this time of year?
Oh, the opportunity to do something I love with people I genuinely enjoy being with. To echo your sentiments, it really is an absolute gift that we get to do this and share our lives with an audience that's welcomed us. Yeah. And embraced what we're doing and given us the patience to find our way, as you mentioned, together. It takes time to build a relationship on air, and trust and friendship and camaraderie. Sure. And learn how people are motivated and what offends people, and how to be respectful of each other.
How to poke them there.
How to poke them. Yeah. And I'm just really grateful that we have this opportunity and an audience that's given us some patience and some grace and embraced what we're doing and come along for the ride. And we've got. And the bosses have faith in us here to do it.
It's a lot of fun.
Not to mention, the families at home and the communities that we live in. That it's just feeling very, very blessed these days.
Laura, how about you? What are you thankful for?
What am I thankful for? Oh, gosh. I'm thankful to live in Seattle. I'm thankful for my beautiful home, my wonderful family, my adorable cat.
Oh, yeah. What's your cat's name, by the way?
Rue.
Rue. I knew that.
Yeah, you knew that.
I knew that. I know all about your cat. I ask about your cat all the time. Just
How's
kidding.
Rue, you say, every time I come
Every
to work.
time. How's little baby Rue?
Are those scratches fresh from Rue?
Oh, God, I have to trim her nails today, and I'm dreading it.
I know.
Do you drug her? How do people do that with cats?
I drug her for the vet, and every time I bring her into the vet, they ask, oh, you should give her drugs. And this is her on the maximum amount of drugs I'm allowed to give a cat, is the vet saying, you should give her drugs.
Like she's already double
feral.
drugged.
And this is actually a perfect segue into texts and
let's
politics at Thanksgiving.
All right.
Too.
Start us out.
Ray in Bellevue says, one of the reasons I listen to your show is because you disagree politically. I want to hear both sides as long as you're civil and use reasonable sources for your information.
Thank you, Ray. That's nice.
See?
Very nice.
Yeah. Brett from the 98110 says that's exactly what we all need, to be able to sit around a campfire or sit around a table and listen to the people that we care about, even if they don't share all the same opinions. And it's what's going to bring us back together, back to being ourselves. People are not so different that they can't listen. Amen.
Yeah, totally. All right, let's move on to city-sponsored crack pipes. Jesse B says these harm reduction programs are taking away rock bottom. That's the point. Addiction is not supposed to be easy. Otherwise, there's no incentive to improve your situation. That's Jesse. I think you and I are of the same mind there.
Dan in Stanwood says, why not add Amazon delivery?
Don't even give Jeff Bezos any more money-making ideas. Because if there's government money to be had, he'll be there for you.
That's funny.
On Toledo Lights and Ice, C in Arlington says, please give Teresa a big hug for me. I think I'm the biggest fan of Toledo Lights and Ice. I'm filled with great anticipation in September, and they just keep going. And you cry at first, that first night, then they go on. They really cry the first night that they're gone. Seriously, the highlight of the year. Yeah.
She says, happy Thanksgiving all. On those caroling Scottish kids, which was great, Sharon Olympia says, we used to go caroling when we were kids in the 60s. We all knew our neighbors. Most of the people had cookies or hot chocolate ready for us, except Mrs. Censored. She would peek out of her curtains and scowl. Great times.
Sharon says we sang 2 songs for her just to annoy her.
Nice.
Joel in Big Lake says, in a New York second, I would love to go carol singing with you folks. And yes, I do have a voice.
Ooh, all right then. We gotta follow through on this. We gotta go caroling this year at some point. On Christmas trains with kids, Josh and Albert says, I just did the Polar Express experience from the Mount Rainier Scenic Railroad with my kid, 5 years old. It was far from a disaster. He loved every bit of it, and he did very well.
That's encouraging.
That Leavenworth Christmas train, it is a round trip thing, and it can be, ride home's all just a snooze. There's sleeping the entire way.
Can you drink on it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You don't have to drive.
All right.
It's the best. You may want somebody to pick you up at the station in
I'm
Seattle.
enticed. On dangerous vintage Christmas decorations, Theo says, my mom had a couple boxes of vintage Christmas lights. Those things are such a fire hazard. It's crazy. 1950s cloth insulation. The bulbs get to be like 100. That is a problem.
Right?
Yeah, they do light things on fire from time to time.
206 says, don't forget the spun glass angel hair we used to put on trees. That sounds gorgeous.
I don't recall that. What is angel hair?
I don't either. Is that
glass?
like finer versions of tinsel?
Probably.
Is it clear? I'll have to look that up.
Do some Googling.
If only there was a way to look things like that up.
If only there was a machine.
On Sully's idea of shooting torpedoes at the old state ferries, 253 says, honestly, the ferries could be used as temporary homeless shelters. Great repurposing of an asset. I don't think they're implying you shoot them with torpedoes and homeless are on them. No, I read that in poor order.
2 great things that do not go great together.
Black Sunshine in Kitsap County says the Navy does that, torpedoing, not homeless shelters, to some of their old ships. War games practice, and it turns into a reef.
Real briefly, on Jeff Bezos leaving Seattle, 360 says, I like to think if I had that kind of wealth, I would give it away, much like his ex-wife is. Yeah.
They got divorced, though, right?
Yeah.
They got divorced. How much money did she get in that divorce?
She got a ton, and it earns in billions, and she's giving away a ton of money.
It's good business.
Want to wrap up on that last nice Thanksgiving? That last one.
Do it for me. I can't see it.
Okay, Janet 206 says, it's not Thanksgiving yet, but I want to give thanks for the 3 of you and your wonderful show. It never fails to make me smile, laugh, and present fodder for serious thought with fair balance. Have a good one, kids, and happy
Janet,
Thanksgiving.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Good job, Janet. All right, everybody, have a happy Thanksgiving. You guys are going to be back tomorrow.
We'll be back tomorrow.
I'll catch you guys next week. But
have a safe and wonderful Thanksgiving, my friend.
You guys as well. Happy Thanksgiving. Stick around for John Curley. He's coming up next.
The John Curley Show.
Katie Wilson is putting her team, her powerhouse transition team together.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
Put everything in place and solve all the big problems that everybody expects to have solved when it comes to government. When I asked her if she's okay with being, the West Coast Mondani, she seemed to have no problem with it. And of course, Mondani, the new mayor of New York, has said that, there's no problem too small that the government can't solve, and the government cares so much. The government's going to care so much, and the government's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Black Friday Comfort Sale is on now at Home Comfort Alliance. Save up to 75% on furnaces, ACs, heat pumps, EV chargers, generators, and more. And take 18 months to pay with 0% financing. Call before December 1st. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is making it easier to get answers with a comprehensive wellness panel. It's not just a lab test, it's where better performance begins. Our providers will check your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. A $400 value for just $99, or free if you start treatment. Over 120,000 men have trusted Revive to restore their energy, mood, and confidence. So if you're ready to feel better and live stronger, call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Offer ends November 30th. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for children in foster care and youth statewide. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more. Your best source for local news, KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1.